birthday month, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, like,
You're
yeah.
a birthday diva.
No, I'm not. I really hate it. It's not my thing. But the second I stop, because Nicole's birthday's next month, it turns into Nicole's birthday month. So I'd rather just keep it on me than have to.
You have the advantage, though. I mean, you really have the home field advantage because since your birthday is first, she gives you the gift. You get a good gauge of where she's at, and then you can counter with your gift.
Yeah, that was yes.
Yeah.
She did good this year, though. So
Yeah,
now
for sure.
I have to do good.
No, that's exactly where I'm at because my birthday's in November. My wife's birthday's in December. By Christmas, she gives me the gift. I counter with my gift. We're all good to go.
And then
it's
we
good
move
to see the. It's good to see the first gift out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's why I never get anything.
Exactly.
Birthday's first. I'll probably get a green egg again, like literally a green egg.
Oh, not
that
like
I've
the
had for the
actual
last
grill?
3 years.
You got a green egg?
But now, yeah, well, they paint an egg green and give it to me and say, "Go get the green egg."
Ah,
I
treat
think it's been
yourself.
for Father's Day, for Christmas, and for my birthday the last couple of years.
And you haven't got it?
Haven't gotten it.
Yeah.
They just gave me the egg. They didn't give me the money.
Yeah.
And now I got an air fryer cooking my steaks.
There you go.
So
man.
why am I going to go spend money on a green egg?
I heard green egg is the real deal.
That's
though.
what they say.
Ceramic, man.
My uncle has one. Yeah.
What would you say, Koo, is the real deal?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
I think we
everything
did.
easy, like smoking and stuff.
I don't know if it was the turkey or lamb for Thanksgiving that they put in the green egg, but either way, I remember being like, "Wow, this is amazing."
You know what I want to do?
Lamb's. Oh,
You know what I
that's
do?
good. What do you got?
I want to get a steak cooked in the air fryer
Okay.
and a steak cooked on the green egg.
Okay.
And then do
And I
a
want
blind
to do a
taste
blind
test.
taste test
Okay.
and
I like
see
that.
if it's worth $1,400 more.
Do you? What is this
Or
green egg?
whatever it
Is that
is.
big on steaks though? I thought it's like for smoking stuff.
Well, it's more smoking,
Yeah.
but I think you can do that.
I mean,
Well,
you
you
can
can steaks,
definitely
but-
smoke a
But
steak,
you're right.
but
It's
like
like
ribs and chicken and all that
brisket
stuff.
and
Yeah.
longer stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fair.
Can you smoke a steak? I mean, you can. I get it, but like, what does that taste
Listen,
like?
I'm not Chef Boyardee over here, right? Freaking
Hey,
use
by the
an
way,
air fryer
that's
for
not
my
a compliment,
steak.
sir.
That's
if you're Chef
definitely-
Boyardee, what are you making?
Has someone said that to you before?
Yeah. If someone calls you Chef Boyardee, not a compliment, ladies and gentlemen.
They call
Well,
you.
then I am.
If
Okay,
they call
there you
you
go.
like Chef Ramsay. That's
Oh yeah,
then
man.
you're good.
Chef Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy Fieri, or
Yeah.
how do you say his last name?
Guy Fieri.
Fieri.
Fatty. Yeah, but
Fieri? Fieri.
but it's Ferry, so just stick with it.
Ferrari. Yeah.
Fatty. Fatty. I didn't say fatty. I said fatty. Fetty Wap. Guy Fetty Wap.
I was going to
There
ask
go.
you guys something. Now I forget. No, I don't know. Birthday week.
Mm-hmm.
Your birthday's not a big deal?
No, because do you know when my birthday is? No, no, because I never announced it, so you don't know.
I wish you happy birthday before because it shows up on
you
Facebook.
do. The whole Facebook.
So the reason we know
Yeah.
anybody's birthday.
Yeah,
man.
if it wasn't for
By the way,
Facebook, nobody would know
I
when
feel
my
like it's
birthday
in
is.
August.
Mine?
No,
Yeah.
you just said it was in December.
Oh.
No, no. My wife's is in December.
Oh,
Mine's in
November.
November. Yeah.
November. Oh,
yeah.
I was close.
Were you though?
Yeah, I was kind of.
Were you though?
Yeah, you were.
Seasons are changing, man.
I was close.
There's a couple zodiac
No.
signs between those. You know?
I was close. Like Nick Foles and I were neighbors. You know,
Yeah,
like we lived in Ponte Vedra.
I'm on the calendar.
Yeah,
like you're on
yeah.
the calendar. You're in the ballpark.
Tim Tebow, jersey sales through the roof.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
What happens when he changes his number?
That's what I said. Yeah. I have no idea. People are
But
gonna
he
be
was
disappointed.
initially 85, so it's still a keepsake.
But okay, you think if he makes, and once again, giant if, but do you think if Tim Tebow makes the team, he's going to keep 85 now that the single-digit numbers are available? Come on. Or, I mean, but I guess he could go 15. Well, who's 15?
Gardner Minshew?
Yeah, but, but trades. Trades. That's right. Gardner Minshew is 15. Yeah.
You know, I did ask this yesterday. Trevor Lawrence, Gardner Minshew.
Mm-hmm.
Let's shove C.J. Beathard aside a little bit here for a moment for this.
He's getting paid like he should be in that list, though.
I know.
Okay.
Emergency quarterback Tim Tebow.
Sure.
I
Or
like
gadget guy Tim Tebow.
has there ever been a more marketable
Oof.
backfield in the history of the game?
Oof.
I mean, seriously, ever in the history of the game, have we seen a more marketable trio of players
There's no way.
that can throw a football? Let's just say that.
No, absolutely not. No, I mean that's the trifecta right there. That's the holy trinity of endorsement deals right there.
It really is. I mean, now, I'm not saying like Minshew right now feels like that was yesterday.
It just seems like yesterday we were like, if you pick him for fantasy football, you get a free case of Bud Light or whatever that was.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
If you're a company, you have to want to do a commercial with Tebow, Trevor, and Gardner Minshew. I don't know what it would be, but there have to be something in there.
That'd be expensive, get.
It would be expensive, but
Pricey,
but
especially
imagine
Trevor now.
Like, I mean, I don't know what goes on throughout the season, but imagine like a Super Bowl halftime show commercial.
Yeah.
That's all three of them doing something.
It would have to be some kind of like either Doritos or something with like new flavors, and like each
Or-
flavor could represent one of the
or
players.
like a glasses one, right? Where they put the glasses on one. They're like, "How's this looking?" It's like Minshew, and then they put on
yeah,
another
yeah,
one,
you
and then
can do
it's
that
Tebow.
too. You can do that
They're
too.
Like, I don't think these glasses work.
You can do that. Different, but you can do that too. Yeah.
I don't know.
Or you just do a Subway commercial like the Watt brothers.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking like State Farm pays big bucks.
Yeah, they have
Right.
Drake. Yeah.
Well, they have Drake, but they don't. Isn't
Oh,
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers?
Yeah, they have Patrick Mahomes, Aaron
And
Rodgers.
Mahomes,
But
yeah.
Drake.
Drake's the most expensive one there.
Gotta
Probably.
be.
yeah.
Easily.
Gotta be.
But I mean, just
Mr. Decade.
even from a
Yeah.
sports perspective, Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. That's about as big time as it gets in the NFL. That's gonna be
Of course.
expensive. I mean,
Of course.
if you had Brady in there, I guess
Yeah.
that would be the trio.
Yeah.
I mean, if Cam Newton had joined the Patriots before Tom Brady left, that would be pretty marketable from a QB room standpoint.
It would.
Again, yeah, I'm stretching this in the context because Tebow is not a quarterback for the Jags, but even just from a plain marketing standpoint, like when Troy Aikman and well, actually, I wouldn't even put. I don't know. Troy Aikman probably was it. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin, but they also had like Deion Sanders,
Yeah.
right? I mean, so like Deion was bigger than maybe all of them. In that regard, you got to throw the quarterback in there, and maybe I'd throw Irvin in there over Emmitt Smith. I don't know, maybe Emmitt over Irvin.
Yeah.
That's a hard one to figure from. I'm talking marketing.
Sure.
I mean, that's what we're talking about here. Trevor is signing endorsement after endorsement. He's big in that world. Minshew was, and probably still
I
can
got it.
be. And then Tebow is Tebow.
Coos hit me with it.
You got to do so. It can. What's the company that Trevor did endorse with for Bitcoin? What was that called?
It was
It was
like
a wallet,
it was a
right?
Blockfolio or something like
Blockfolio.
that.
So Blockfolio does it, and then they talk like they're getting in on Tebow coin and Minshew coin
Okay.
and Trevor coin, and that's how you get them in there, and maybe even working an NFT joke at some point.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
I don't know if I just spelled marketable right.
That's all right.
I'm really trying to think about this now because that's all I care about is marketing. Free
I mean,
ideas
I'll
that
even
I don't
go
get
sports,
compensated
like-
for.
Like, is Anthony Davis, LeBron, and Schroeder or Caruso? No.
Yeah, but when it was Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James, cha-ching.
Yeah, Bosch was interesting there. I always thought Bosch was overplayed.
Oh,
I did.
yeah.
I just thought he was overplayed
he's-
in that trio. You know,
Yeah,
he wasn't even
well,
on the
he
same
was-
level.
He,
but-
he was the George Harrison of
So-
the group.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but would you say the same about
Or
like
I guess Ringo
Love,
Starr.
Love, Kyrie, and LeBron? I mean, Love was huge when
He
he
was.
first went over to the Cavs.
I would probably
Yeah.
put Chris Bosh over
I just don't know
over
if
Love.
Kyrie was
I
as big
agree.
as he is now. You know what I mean? I think Kyrie was still on the early stages there.
Oh,
yeah.
So
was-
he hadn't
was
become
young.
like a marketable household name.
True.
But the NBA is pretty close to that. I mean, again, globally, people don't. I'm not just talking the States. Like I don't know. I don't even know if like soccer is like that across the globe where you'd have 3 stars. I mean, I know Messi and and Ronaldo, like those guys by
Barcelona
themselves
back in the day
would
was
have
loaded.
multiple stars.
They had Zlatan. They had Lionel Messi. I think, yeah, I forgot who the other dude was on the front 3. Look at me talking soccer right now.
That's pretty good.
That's because I played the soccer game growing up, the video game.
game.
Because Barcelona was like the cheat code.
Okay.
It was like taking, it was taking like Bo Jackson's team in Techno Bowl.
Let's take the NFL seriously. Let's go real quick if we're going through. Take the biggest names like Brady and who? Brady and Gronk still on Tampa? Like Brady and who on Tampa? Give me 2 other guys that are most marketable guys. Mike
yeah,
Evans
Gronk
is
for
good.
sure.
Doesn't mean he's marketable.
Yeah, Gronk for sure. And I mean, you got to stick on the offensive side of the ball more than likely. So, yeah, I would probably say Mike Evans or
Probably.
Chris Godwin. Probably Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, good player. I'm not sure anybody's calling
Mike
him for
Evans tried to fight
endorsements.
somebody on the sidelines, though, in the Superdome, so it's hard to say.
Yeah. I wonder if Antonio Brown's actually a better fit in that regard still.
But is he a
he's
super-
so
but-
polarizing. But
Yeah.
And actually, he's
I don't think people
untouchable.
are gonna give
He's really in the
him a lot of
untouchable category,
endorsements.
right?
Did you say Fournette?
I don't think so.
Playoff Lenny?
Yeah, I don't think so. give me another. So Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers by himself.
The Chiefs.
Okay, Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes,
Travis
Kelce,
Tyreek Hill.
and Tyreek Hill. Now, endorsement-wise, they still, I don't know if are touching Tyreek Hill very much.
No, probably not.
Could you throw a coach into the mix?
Andy
to
Reid,
make it
there
like
you go.
that? 'Cause
That's
Andy
not a bad
Reid-
call.
Andy
Andy
Reid.
Reid.
Anyway,
So they're like-
He
but-
saw Bill Belichick doing Super Bowl. Oh, he wasn't doing Super Bowl commercials, but Subway commercials.
But
pretty
like
good.
that,
Andy
back
Reid
to
could.
that, it would have been Gronk, Brady, and Belichick.
and
right?
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good call.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, like we're talking about some of the biggest names in sports, and it's hard to come up with that third wheel.
Well, but
Right?
then if you add that, then you add Urban Meyer for the Jags, so then you have 4.
Well, to be honest with you, Urban would probably trump in this
Right.
category. Would trump Minshew,
yeah.
right? It'd be Trevor, Urban, and you're right. If you threw the coach
Exactly,
in there,
yeah.
I mean, they're just. That's my point. I don't know what I'm getting at here, other than to just show you that.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the most. I don't know if it even matters. It's the Shield. It's the NFL. Like, I don't know if being marketable even matters for the Jaguars. Like, I think Urban's really embraced it, you
Okay,
know, and I
yeah.
think Shad, I think it means something to him. I think there is this, hey, if the more people that know who we are, the more people believe, in us, the more people might buy a jersey someday. We're not number one small town market. We're not irrelevant. Winning will come along with that. You have to be cool and win. And some people, because they've lost so much, I would imagine if I'm in middle of nowhere, Indiana, or somewhere in New England, I'm like laughing at the Tebow thing. This is like a gimmick. This is this. But the bottom line is, from a marketing standpoint, if you go talk to a marketing guru, the Jags are a pot of gold right now. I mean, they are gold.
Where does Kyler Murray, J.J. Watt, and Hopkins fit?
Tremendous. I would almost say, is Fitzgerald still there, or is he hanging him up?
I think he's got another year still. I don't think he retired.
Again, like Hopkins to me
Maybe he
isn't
did. I don't know.
marketable that much, though.
No?
Like Watt is huge. You're right.
I
That's a
mean,
good
I don't
call.
know, man.
Kyler Murray's huge, but I don't know.
That Hail Mary catch.
Well, listen,
Because keep in mind, that catch, think about what Odell Beckham Jr. did. I'm looking at a list right now from 2020. Top 10 most marketable players. 2020, Odell Beckham Jr. was number 3.
Okay.
Think about what put
Baker
Odell
Mayfield,
Beckham Jr.
Odell Beckham
and Baker Mayfield was number 4. So I don't know what Odell Beckham Jr. is doing over Baker Mayfield, but whatever the case. But think about what put Odell Beckham Jr. on the map. It was one catch on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have that catch, he's still probably a big-time name, but he's not that big. Like,
no
that
doubt.
one catch.
That was 10 times. It was a multiplier.
That one play put Odell Beckham Jr. on the map. Now, Hopkins has built up a resume. He's built up the criteria. But that Hail Mary catch where he essentially beat out three defensive backs, that kind of put him on a map at a new echelon, I feel like.
Who would be the third potentially on Browns? Because they do have two.
It'd be Myles Garrett, but the whole helmet thing still.
Yeah.
Because Myles Garrett's he's popular around MMA circles and stuff.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because whenever there's a UFC fight by Cleveland, they always show him hey, Myles Garrett in the crowd. Yeah,
they have some candidates in Cleveland. That's pretty ironic, really. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Their coach doesn't hold that. Stefanski's name.
I got one more for you.
Name.
That comes to the top of my head. Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf,
Good.
Pete Carroll.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I was going to go, how about this? I'll give you.
Give me one.
You ready?
I like this.
This might be a
fun
really
game.
This is a fun game. Especially when you add the coach. The coach really separates them. I'm telling you, if you just do the players, the Jags might be at the top of the heap.
Yes.
I mean, they really might.
Yes.
Again, I'm not talking about who's going to the Hall of Fame. You have to remember the context I'm putting this in. I'm putting, Tim Tebow signed with the Jags yesterday, and he's got the top-selling jersey in every size, male, female, color, whatever.
Yeah.
Right now, boom, instantaneously.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence signs with the Jags, and he's got more endorsements than Zach Wilson, who's signed with the Jets, and every other rookie quarterback.
Sure.
And Gardner Minshew, if he gets a haircut, it's almost on SportsCenter, right?
Sure.
I mean, so it's like these. That's marketing. That's not necessarily, hey, they're going to Canton, Ohio.
But it's not market. Yeah, it's marketing in a different aspect.
It's a different way. And I know us as sports fans are like, yeah, whatever, man. He's going to catch one pass. So you're not even going to make the. That's not what I'm getting at here, folks. Get that out of your mind, okay? It's a different conversation. But I'll give you one that would rival it if you include the coach. This would be a good one.
Okay.
Donald Ramsey McVay.
See, but Donald, I get Aaron Donald and he's got commercials, but he's not he's a quiet dude.
He is kind of quiet, dude. It's almost like he's got like this ultra respect, like internally, but not externally. He's not like a household name.
Correct.
As I'm saying that.
And he should be. Like, I think J.J. Watt's more popular than Aaron Donald, which is crazy because Aaron Donald is by far the better player.
I thought I had it, but you're probably right about that.
But it's not a bad. I see the Sean McVay factor too.
But I feel like Donald still is kind of everywhere, but maybe that's just the world we're living in.
Yeah.
You know, Stafford now too. Could he fit in that category? But Stafford's not transcending the sport.
Is there a baseball
I don't
team?
even know if Ramsey transcends a sport, but he's very like, if you're talking about headlines and everywhere, those guys are there. McVay and Ramsey, and you're talking about the very marketable and in an LA market.
Yeah.
You know, what do you say, Kuz?
Would there be a baseball team that would fit that?
I just don't. Baseball's so bad at this that I mean, you have two of the. You have the two best players in Major League Baseball right now on the same team, and Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani, and they're in like last place. I mean, they're probably the two best baseball players in the league.
Yep.
And they're in last place.
Yep.
And of course, well, it doesn't help that Trout's on the shelf, you know. So it's wild. So anyway, the reality is, Tim Tebow, his jersey selling again. I talked to our buddy Martin Buckley from Palm Beach Autographs.
For sure.
And he said that people are calling him left and right about when's the signing. Like, when's the Jags signing?
So,
when are you going to sign Jags memorabilia and stuff? I mean, it's just...
Well, I wonder if you're Martin Buckley, do you go to Tim Tebow and say, hey, let's send these 85 jerseys, or do you wait until, if he makes the team, he's changed his numbers? Right? Because I feel like if you invest too many in the 85 and he decides to change, which he very well could, well, now you're out the 85 jerseys, right? Or how does that work? Does he get he doesn't get compensated?
No, I don't know how that works. We'll have him on talk about it a little bit. But, you know, Tebow stuff is always sold pretty well anyway. Even like going back, it's 10 years since he played for the Gators, and that will still sell. But that's where you'll get a bump for that stuff now. You know, like some players get a bump like when you retire. Like Michael Jordan got a bump on his stuff, Last Dance.
Yeah.
Like Derek Jeter will get a big bump when this next documentary comes out about him. You know, it's just interesting time. Well, the Florida Gators stuff will get a bump on Tebow, the Denver stuff, the whatever stuff, just based off this. It's a wild thing, man. It's just stock is going up because the name is in the news. And it hadn't even made a play.
Yeah.
Hasn't even run a play. It's a wild thing, really wild thing. Hey, let's give away one more set of tickets this week to 311 coming in September to Daly's Place. If you want to be a winner, tickets just went on sale this morning. And so we've got a pair of tickets for you to win. Be a winner going into the weekend. 904-362-9901. Never did get to caller 311, but we'll stick with caller number 3 one more time instead and give Kuz an easy day since it's his birthday week, not his birthday a few days ago.
Birthday month, baby.
904-362-9901 is the number. Caller number 3. Tickets to 311 coming in September to Daly's Place. Check it out, and the tickets are on sale now as well. We'll be right back. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. Did have a thought. Mike Tannenbaum brought up this point today that Trevor Lawrence and his camp might have a problem with Tim Tebow being on the Jags. I say, are we really this soft in sports? But I want your view on it when we come back on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny and breezy today with a widely scattered brief shower or two. Highs in the mid to upper 70s at the beaches to the low 80s inland. Join me beginning at 5 p.m. for CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax from the First Alert Weather Center. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds, where you get the lowest diamond price guaranteed or your money back.
Oh, boy, you have that look on your face. That grumbling Greg face. Boss asking you to do work? No, I don't think it's unreasonable to ask somebody to work at work. That's why we switched to Peak Push to Talk. Yeah, Push to Talk is back. Connect instantly to anybody, anywhere in the country. Boop. Get used to the boop. And working at work, too. It's kind of the thing we do.
Boop nationwide. Learn more at booptotalk.com.
Why can't I ever find my people? You can now when you boop. Did you say boop? And you'll beep your crew nationwide with Peak Push to Talk. Booping is back. And better than ever from Peak Push to Talk. A boop and you're instantly talking to your crew. No more texting. No more it was on silent. No more never returned calls. Nope, just boop. Boop.
Find your people with a boop at booptotalk.com.
Boop.
We are into that travel, baseball, and softball season now for the kids, and with that, we need a reliable car, and we need folks that are tremendous at customer service just in case we need their help. Well, the place to go is Fields Auto Group. That's what we did. My wife loves leasing her Cadillac XT6 from Fields Cadillac, part of the Fields Auto Group. It's safe. We can trust Fields Auto Group, and hey, it's luxury for less while you're on the road. Fields Cadillac Jacksonville and St. Augustine are part of the Fields Auto Group family. There's also Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. It's luxury for less at all Fields Auto Group locations in Jacksonville. Plus, you'll also be part of their exclusive Fields Amenities program, where you get complimentary loaners, car washes, and cafes. We've tried the loaner program, gone in for routine service, and every experience with Fields Auto Group has been first class. Whatever you're driving, see Fields and step up to luxury for less. Check out their locations around Jacksonville. Just visit fieldsauto.com.
Boss, you're not going to believe what I found on the internet.
What, the moon is hollow?
No, not that. This. I just did a search and found yard signs for alarm systems for sale.
What? Just the sign? Just like without the security system?
Yeah. Look, you can get a big blue alarm sign for about $25. Ooh, delivered tomorrow.
They must not give a flip about their reputation.
Or their real customers.
Right? I bet you can't find a SafeTouch security sign on that thing.
Boss, SafeTouch wouldn't be involved in something like this.
Nope. When you see a SafeTouch sign, you know it's the real McCoy.
Right. The two-way communicator, the guaranteed response time.
Which is exactly why we always stick to the Crooks R Us golden rule. Stay away from SafeTouch houses. Now, let's go find us some fake signs.
Crooks know to stay away from SafeTouch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of SafeTouch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call SafeTouch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
We should always be looking at our finances, but 2020 made my family take an even closer look, a bit more of a deeper dive, and it might have done the same for you, even into the world of retirement. Although that's a bit down the road for me, it might be closer for you, and your plan should already be under a microscope, and you have to lean on the experts to help guide the right plan. My friend Mike Lester with Talon Wealth Management is the perfect partner. He will provide a complimentary analysis and a plan for you. Call him at 904-515-5000 or visit guardingyournestegg.com. That's 904-515-5000 or guardingyournestegg.com. Mike will give you the guidance you need as retirement gets closer. He can help you convert company plans to private plans, a move that might give you higher returns and more options. You've earned the money. Now make sure you are ready for whenever retirement will be. Call Mike Lester at Talon Wealth Management, 904-515-5000. That's 904-515-5000. Or visit guardingyournestegg.com. Shred your goals this year with the new Metabolism Boost Banana Passion Fruit Smoothie from Smoothie King. At only 240 calories and 14 grams of protein per 20 ounces, this crave-controlling meal smoothie has non-GMO whole fruits, naturally derived caffeine, and absolutely no syrups. Or try strawberry pineapple or mango ginger. Start your healthier habit and order online at smoothieking.com. Now for pickup or delivery at any of the Jacksonville area locations. Smoothie King, rule the day.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
The Knicks, they still struggle to score a little bit. If you're a big-time player who wants to put on big-time numbers in a big-time city, I can see that happening.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio and watch exclusively on ESPN+.
Austin Lane.
The beer that made Milwaukee famous. Giannis Antetokounmpo, big sign, the deer that made Milwaukee famous.
Brent Martineau.
I can buy that.
Yeah, okay. That's all I'm throwing out there.
I can definitely buy that.
Hashtag and trademark. So if somebody try to steal it, I'm suing you.
Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
I am sure that Trevor Lawrence's agents have called Jacksonville and said, what are you doing? You are taking away from the development of the most important person in the franchise, Trevor Lawrence. And you know how I know that, Greeny? I got the same call 9 years ago when we traded for Tim Tebow. And Mark Sanchez's agent, rightfully so, by the way, said, what are you doing? And here's a very realistic scenario, which is what happens if at the 1-yard line, Tim Tebow scores on a quarterback sneak, and then on the next drive, Trevor Lawrence throws a pick six. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be great, but he's a rookie quarterback. There is going to be a learning curve. You do not want a quarterback controversy. I don't expect one. Given the popularity of Tim Tebow, if he has any success and Trevor Lawrence has any sort of stumbles, which he will have, Jacksonville is putting them in a position unnecessarily to bring tension to that position where this should be about Trevor Lawrence's development. So I am sure there has been some calls from Trevor Lawrence's agent expressing their concern and disappointment.
That's Mike Tannenbaum, who I like. I think he has some really good points, and he takes you behind the scenes from a GM role, right? I mean, he obviously did it for a while. He was involved in front offices. So I don't dismiss what he says at all. In fact, there was a part in there that was very interesting when he said, why do I say this? Because we got the calls 9 years ago. Well, when you got the calls about Mark Sanchez and Tim Tebow was playing quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
He had come off a year, like the Tim Tebow mania had been kind of dampened a bit, but not squashed, right? And especially at the QB position. I mean, from what he did in Denver to what he did in college to all of it. And so, like, we couldn't fully dispel what Tim Tebow, the quarterback, was when he was playing for the New York Jets. And by the way, the Jags would have dealt with a lot of that too. You would have dealt with a lot of that too.
Correct.
In your 2-14 season with Mike Mularkey, if they had brought him on, even if they didn't plan on playing him at quarterback, would have dealt with that. So that was interesting.
Oh, it's interesting.
I don't buy what he says here, though. Like, what the hell does Trevor Lawrence have to worry about with Tim Tebow if he runs a touchdown in and then Trevor Lawrence throws an interception? I don't know, folks. I don't buy it. I don't think Trevor Lawrence's people care. I don't think Trevor Lawrence cares. And I don't think there's any remote possibility of anything happening. Will we have a fan or two say, Tebow, put him in at quarterback? Yeah, because that's what fans do, and that's what people do. But it's not going to disrupt anything, especially Trevor Lawrence. This guy is the most confident quarterback, it feels like, on the planet. He knows what he can do. Look what he's done. I think this part's silly, man. I think this is, again, I kind of go ahead and said yesterday, I think Tebow's in your heads, folks. Tebow, the store, not Tebow himself, but the Tebow, the thing, is in people's heads. I don't think. Do you think Trevor Lawrence cares about this that much? Do you think his people called the Jags and said, what are you doing?
No, absolutely not. But I do think, and I've been very adamant about this, I do think if Tim Tebow comes to take Trevor Lawrence off the field, then you might have an issue. And I think you should have an issue if you're Trevor Lawrence. Now, who knows? Maybe Trevor Lawrence is like, let's go out there and win the game. By any means cost, that's fine. But when you're the biggest touted draft signing at the quarterback position since Andrew Luck, when you're coming with all these rave reviews, and once again, this is if Tim Tebow even makes the team, which in my opinion, the odds, the deck, everything is stacked against him.
Me too, by the way.
So if he overcomes all those odds and he does make the team, and it is week 1, and you're playing the Houston Texans, and I see Trevor Lawrence come out of the game, then yeah, there might be some frustration there. And you know what? I would actually encourage Trevor Lawrence to be frustrated if that happens.
Yeah.
Right? Because this
you said that you've been very consistent about that.
And it's not a Drew Brees situation where it's like, all right, well, they need a spark. Trevor Lawrence isn't a spark. Trevor Lawrence is a bonfire, man. Like, you lucked into getting him. Now keep him on the field. So that's what I can see happening if anything's going to happen in that locker room. Now, assume that's not going to happen. There's no way Trevor Lawrence cares about this. Okay? Because let's assume once again, and I'm saying this with a caveat, odds stacked against him, Dak stacked against him, Tim Tebow makes the team. Okay, when they go out there week 1 against Houston, regardless what happens in the game, who's the first person besides Urban Meyer they're going to talk to? It's going to be Trevor Lawrence.
Yes.
Because you're the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, not Tim Tebow. Okay, so when you're the quarterback, that comes with responsibility. It comes with leadership. It comes with a lot of things. So, no, I don't think Trevor Lawrence is worried about Tim Tebow, quote-unquote, stealing his shine or something like that. Like, no, Trevor Lawrence understands the gig. He's been doing this for a while. Urban Meyer gets it. I think a lot of those guys in the locker room get it as well.
Folks, be smart about this a little bit. I understand we get caught up in narratives and everything else. I understand there's like that one tweet going around that somebody on like Big Cat Country shared a message and said, I can't believe we're taking Trevor Lawrence or whatever, and Tebow's going to be the quarterback. We all know that person is out of their mind. Just let's use our brains, okay? People around here in Jacksonville, they're excited in Jacksonville for two very simple reasons. The prospects of what Urban Meyer can do with this football team and the idea that Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback that we've been waiting for potentially for the existence of this franchise, now is here. Like, you could be the biggest Tim Tebow fan, and you know that. That's why you're excited. And sure, you can still be excited that Tebow might go catch a pass or might run on special teams or even make the team and believe that he might make the team. But even you, the diehard Tebow fan, is not thinking, oh, I can't wait till he gives Trevor a run for his money at the quarterback position. No. I give you more credit than that big Tebow fan. Like, you're not doing that.
They're not doing that.
We got to use our heads a little bit on this one. And I think Tannenbaum is so far off. And I like Tannenbaum. But he's got to remember, dude, this isn't 9 years ago. This is a totally different circumstance than 9 or 10 years ago, both in Jacksonville and with Tim Tebow. We're talking about a totally different situation. It's not apples to apples at all. So I was stunned by the comment. I appreciated the middle part of what he said because it showed some perspective on it, how big the Tebow thing was. And I understand how big the Tebow is, but so is Trevor Lawrence. And in Jacksonville, he's really a bigger deal on the field and performance-wise and all that stuff, right now. I believe that. I don't think I'm too naive on that.
Tebow has all the headlines right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over Trevor Lawrence.
But I think even Tebow lover will say, man, I can't wait to watch Trevor Lawrence play. I can't wait to watch Trevor Lawrence play.
Yeah.
Right? Jags fan that's even Tebow lover wants to see Trevor Lawrence play, perform, all the rest. I don't think that person, again, I'm not saying there's not one or two of, I'm talking about most people, right? That I don't think they're saying, well, man, he's got a spot in that locker room potentially now. Wait until you see him come take that job of the quarterback.
No,
people aren't doing that.
No. I mean, that's. I'm sure there's one or two people out there that think that, but come on.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, if you want to, Tebow's having a high-selling jersey number in 85. Well, then why would you buy the 85 jersey? Because he's not going to rock 85 at the quarterback position. So you just wasted your money if that's what you think, anyways. So that's not going to happen.
To go back, if you missed it, if you're just jumping in, Mike Tannenbaum, used to be in front office, said on ESPN this morning that don't be surprised if Trevor Lawrence's camp is not excited about this, not happy about this, called the Jaguars about this. I got to be honest with you, I'd be stunned if the camp called the Jaguars about this. Trevor Lawrence does not care. I actually think I think Trevor Lawrence, and I don't even know him well enough, but I think Trevor Lawrence is so confident in his abilities and knows who he is and understands what's going on here and is so in tune with kind of what's going on anyway. I think he proved that last year before he played his last season at Clemson, right? With the social issues. He's not oblivious. He doesn't have his blinders on. He knows what Tebow has been and is and understands it. And heck, he firsthand had to deal with that stuff in Cartersville and in Clemson. He's lived that life before and kind of still does live that life. I think there might even be an inkling part of Trevor Lawrence that he's kind of looking forward to a preseason game where he could throw him a touchdown and see the place erupt.
Yeah.
Seriously, have some fun with it. And I also say this, I think there's so much buy-in on Urban right now that Urban probably could phrase it to him that way and be like, hey, man, it's going to be fun. Even if we just do it one time, you'll be the guy that throws the pass to Tebow and the place goes nuts and everybody talks about it for 25 years, even if Tebow doesn't make the roster.
Yeah.
I think I can
but
see
you think Trevor Lawrence cares about that?
I don't think he cares.
I think he would rather not care about it.
I do too, but I just don't think it bothers him either way. I don't think he's going home to his wife, using his toaster, and complaining about Tebow on the roster. I don't think so.
No, I agree. But I also don't think he's going out of his way to be like, well, I hope, if we throw Tebow those touchdowns, it's going to be crazy for, we're going to make a moment that's going to last forever. I just think Trevor Lawrence wants to win.
I'm probably being a little overdramatic.
I just think he wants to win.
Yeah. I do too. I also don't think Trevor, in the big grand scheme of things, cares about preseason game number 1.
True.
Other than getting his work in.
I'm
saying he doesn't care about Brent trying to make a moment in preseason game number 1. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But I just, listen, I'll be the most, I'll eat crow on this one. If you find out, or Ian Rappaport finds out, or Adam Schefter finds out, or you name it finds out, that Trevor Lawrence's camp called the Jaguars because they signed Tebow, I'd be floored.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunned.
Yeah. No, like I said, though, if Tim Tebow comes and takes Trevor Lawrence out of the game, then I bet that would happen.
You will have a problem with that, too.
I do.
Yeah.
And I bet Trevor Lawrence would as well.
But here's the other blasphemous part of that is, does that let's just, I know you don't want it to happen, okay? So just come with me here for a second. Let's just say it happened on one play. Is that really slowing the development of Trevor Lawrence?
No, but it's saying that we don't trust you to make a play.
I get it. I'm just asking you the one simple thing. That's what it was put in the words. Tannenbaum saying basically it slows the development.
No.
Come on.
Trevor Lawrence coming out for one play does not slow his development down. Trevor Lawrence coming out of the game for one play and Tim Tebow going in sends the message that, hey, we have something special here that you obviously can't do, so we're going to trust Tim Tebow here over you, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
That, to me, sends a bad message.
Yeah, and I agree. I don't even know if it would say that, Austin. I think the message that I don't like about it is we're willing to do this fun thing, gimmicky kind of thing for the crowd, for the fans, for the everything, for the moment, than we are to keep you in the football game right now, even though we spent the number 1 pick on you and you're our future for the next 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would be more, if I was Trevor's camp, it would say that to me more. It's like, are we trying to win football games here, or are we trying to sell tickets and marketing and get on Sports Center and have everybody talking to us for Tim,
Yeah.
Like, I would make the claim that would be more the downside of doing something like that.
And that's the one thing that kind of, I guess, rubs me the wrong way a little bit about the situation. That's something that I've alluded to a lot. I can't, and once again, injuries happen all the time, so who knows what's going to happen with the Jaguars here. But pending that all these tight ends stay healthy, I think it's next to impossible for Tim Tebow to make the team as a tight end and even as an H-back. All right, so you're going to put him as an H-back. A guy who hasn't really played that position before, you're going to trust him blocking a middle linebacker, streaming down 100 miles per hour, and you trust that on the goal line over somebody who has probably more experience than Tim Tebow. I don't know. Maybe Tebow will prove me wrong there. I'm not sure. I find it hard to fathom.
Yeah.
But maybe he can do that. Maybe he was built for the H-back position. But if you look at what they have right now and who they drafted, obviously with Farrell, right, at Ohio State, I find it very hard for Tim Tebow to make this team.
Yeah, Farrell and Manhurts
and you got Gus O'Shaughnessy.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him to make the team as a tight end. I think it's also hard for him just to make the team as an H-back because I think there would be better options out there, just my opinion.
Yeah.
So if we put those two narratives and those two criteria things into the mix, well then, theoretically, how does Tim Tebow make this team? Set aside from injuries. Well, then that's where the whole gadget thing comes into play.
Well, not only gadget, but also special. He can do 3-4 different things. Can those guys do 3 or 4 different things? Potentially.
I think
Again, you got to prove that you can do those other things well or adequately.
What has Tim Tebow done on special teams? He's been the personal protector. What else is he?
I don't know.
Whatever.
I'm just asking. Okay. Is that another area to use it? Like, if you're asking how does he make the team, I think he has the ability to. He has proven that he can play special teams, play tight end, play H-back, do all these different things all wrapped up into one.
Yeah.
Rather than beat out a guy just playing tight end. Mm-hmm. I guess the point. Let's get Chris in real quick before we go to break. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. Happy Friday, man.
Hey, happy Friday to you, Mr. 698 Train Lane, Mr. Risky for the Biscuit. What's going on, guys?
What up, man? How we doing?
Good, man. I had to call in. I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I tell you one thing I'm kind of frustrated about sometimes with the national media is they want to paint, a majority of us is like we're going to go Tebow crazy and forget about how much of a star we have in Trevor Lawrence. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. And, as far as lining up Tebow I don't have a problem with him trying to make the team as a tight end. And I'm sitting here thinking about all the possibilities just like you guys are too. But I don't ever want to see, and this is coming from a Gator fan, I don't want to see him throwing passes, even in trick plays. And, I'd rather see Visca coming in, Chenault as a Wildcat before I see Tebow. We got the ball all the way down there to the 5-yard line without, Tebow. And then you put Tebow in to score the touchdown. That's cool and great for the moment. But like you said, I feel like that's good. This isn't a puppet show. This isn't, we're here because we have our franchise quarterback. We got ETN. We have Miles Jack. We have, all these players. And it's just, that's the concerning part for me. And I get, real frustrated with them always trying to tell us how we feel as fans. And then even Stephen A. sometimes, I could care less about the Jaguars. It's just always trying to down talk us as a franchise. And I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready for these guys to go out there like A-Train did and earn our respect back as a franchise.
Chris, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. Have a good weekend. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. I think fans do feel that way. I think that's why some of them don't deep down, I think that's why some of them don't like the Tebow thing, is because they know there's more heat coming and more disrespect coming. And Jags fans have been disrespected really for a long, long time.
Listen, Chris, right now we're finding ourselves in the dog days of sports media. Okay, obviously teams aren't really on the field yet. You're going through rookie mini camps, and people need things to talk about, right? And obviously Tim Tebow right now is the hot button issue. We'll see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. We'll see what happens with Deshaun Watson. But my point that I'm trying to convey is once training camp starts, and once Trevor Lawrence throws that first spiral to DJ Chark in the end zone, and that video goes viral, we'll be talking about Trevor Lawrence nonstop. It's the slow time right now. And you know what? I have no problem with that. I have no problem with maybe Trevor Lawrence not getting some of the shine that he deserves right now in the offseason because it's the offseason. So you know what he's doing? He's in his playbook. He's getting better. He's getting his shoulder better. And by the time training camp starts, he'll be the talk of the town. I truly believe that, at least from our standpoint, and I expect from the national standpoint as well.
Yeah.
This whole thing will eventually die out, and it'll be the Trevor Town show again.
Well, listen, I will say this. It might be a lighter time, but Tebow would always be a story. If this had happened in August, it's still a story. I'm not saying it trumps Trevor, but it would still be a big story.
But I'm just saying once training camp starts and we start seeing Trevor throw the ball, then game over.
Absolutely. All right. He's giving us some fun topics this week. Welcome. We come back on ESPN 690 right after this on a Friday. Hope you're having a good day, everybody. Hang with us for a couple more hours.
ESPN 690 Sports Center Update.
Happy Friday. I'm Jake Mitchell. After weeks of will they, won't they speculation, it's official. Tim Tebow, Heisman Trophy winner, first-round draft pick, minor league baseball player, and chicken restaurant owner, has signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars at tight end. Well, Bobby Carpenter, NFL and college football analyst, says it won't matter.
I don't think he's going to make the team.
Right.
I just think the odds are long on that. The problem is Tim doesn't necessarily have that pedigree in the NFL. I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing for them to do. I think Urban may have been reaching on this a little bit.
And in the NBA, 3 finalists have been named in the MVP race. Nikola Jokic from Denver, 76er center Joel Embiid, and Golden State's Steph Curry. Winner will be named at the end of the season in Orlando. Don't forget to listen to your Jumbo Shrimp as they play Norfolk tonight at 6:50 p.m. on ESPN 690 or ESPN690.com. This SportsCenter update is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
CGC Water has been telling you if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Still not a believer? Well, you can believe me. My family has been a happy CGC Water customer for 4 years now. Customer service is tremendous. We got our water tested. We were told about our options in financing in detail. No pressure, just information. Installation was quick, and the CGC team was there every step of the way. And we absolutely love it. Because it works. Heck, I even think my coffee tastes better because of it. And I love my coffee. A Kinetico system from CGC Water removes up to 99% of contaminants. That's clean. Schedule your free water test today and ask how you can save up to $500. CGC is still taking extra precautions with in-home visits and continuing to follow CDC guidelines. Financing available with approved credit. Call 904-552-1242 for details or visit cgcwater.com. Serving Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. CGC Water Treatment, your local independent Kinetico dealer.
I love that sound. To me, it's a battle cry. Because when you have a plumbing emergency, what you don't want is some chuck-in-a-truck plumber treating it as just another day on the job, scheduling you for whenever suits him.
Well, let me check on that. Hey, Bobby, when are we getting back from fishing tomorrow? Yeah, about tomorrow afternoon.
And then doing turd bucket work whenever he finally shows up, if he shows up. Well, flap that, Jack. If you've got a clogged drain, a burst pipe, or a broken water heater, you want same-day service from someone who will go to war on your problem. That's what Griffith's Service does. We offer same-day service for plumbing emergencies, burst pipes, clogged drains, and water heaters. And we'll not only go to battle against your plumbing emergency, we're also waging war against mediocrity in home services. We won't just fix your problem, we'll fix it right. So for same-day service for your plumbing emergency, call
GriffinService.com.
1430-261.
Here in the Sunshine State, more than 3 million men are over age 45, and over half suffer from ED or PE. Here's a message from Prime Men's Medical Center.
I'm Dr. Brown. If you're having problems in the bedroom and pills like Viagra have let you down, you'll see results at Prime Men's Medical Center, guaranteed, or your exam is free. And it's affordable.
Call 904-664-8217. Guaranteed results on your first visit or your exam is free. Call 904-664-8217.
My son knows he should never touch my gun.
He never talked to me about his gun.
I keep the gun where she can't find it.
He thinks I don't know where it is.
She doesn't
I know.
Someone you love could be hurt by a gun accident in your home. Keep your gun locked away when it's not being carried.
Take the time to talk with your kids.
Have the talk with your family about gun safety.
Talk to your family about firearm safety. Learn how at projectchildsafe.org/welcome.
311 is back. Live from the Ride Tour, September 22nd, Daly's Place. With special guests, Iration and Ayaterra. 311 Live. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Hammer is the color of your energy.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Max. If he never golfs again, and you're telling the Tiger Woods story, how could it not end? For I know he's won since then. At the Masters.
The Max Kellerman Show, weekdays at 2 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Watch exclusively on ESPN+.
Skill diminishment happens quickly in the NFL because the margin between being productive and not is so small. And when you have younger players who are training every single day, it's physics, it's science. It is really hard to do what you're talking about coming back after 2 years. And to me, where you're trying to come back after 8 years on a position change, I just think it's inconceivable to be successful. And again, when you're running a franchise and an organization, what is the upside to this move? He's a backup tight end, and he's going to take away meaningful attention from your young franchise quarterback. And again, because of his popularity, I think it could just, there's so many unforeseen developments that you just don't know that I would have stayed a million miles away from doing this.
I don't understand the narrative about taking away from the quarterback on Tebow and Tannenbaum there. I mean...
Yeah, he's wrong.
Unless Urban Meyer comes out and says, yeah, we're going to run him at quarterback too.
Well, I would be pretty bummed if that happened.
I know,
like,
but I mean, he hasn't
like,
said that.
If it's like a Travis Etienne thing, where, hey, we're going to try him out wide receiver a little bit. Okay, I get it. You know, put him in the slot. Yeah. If Urban Meyer comes on and says, hey, you know what? I mean, it's just it's training camp. We're going to put him at QB a little bit. Then, hey, the skeptical eyes are going to go up a little bit.
Well, that being said, Tannenbaum sounds convinced they might use him in a Taysom Hill kind of role.
Yep.
Right.
So then me and Mike Tannenbaum are sharing a brain.
Well, once we see that happen, then you get fired up about it. But, hey, let's get Steven on the line real quick. Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. Happy Friday, man. What's up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We are good.
Doing
as
good,
always.
man. How you doing?
Doing okay. Kind of out of it, but I have a question for Austin. It's been bugging me when you were talking about the linebackers last week and the new 3-4 scheme.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you on a what-if scenario since we have preseason this year. Now, you said Schobert, not your prototypical size 3-4 Mike linebacker, but his athleticism makes up for the lack of size.
That and his instincts, yes.
Yes. Now, technically, we do have Shaq Quarterman, who kind of got out of it last year because we didn't have a preseason, but he is your prototypical 3-4 Mike linebacker because he's built like a brick house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's say in preseason he gets his chance and opportunity to play. What if he shows more, I don't know, if he shows he could play at the position better than Joe Schobert? But mind you, it's a what if. That would never happen. But, like, what would you consider in that way if he showed more promise at that position?
All right, thanks, Stephen. Appreciate it, man.
So if Shaq Quarterman comes in preseason and kind of balls out the middle linebacker spot, what would I do? I mean, obviously, you're pot committed to Joe Schobert. Now, you could cut him. I'm not sure like what that would look like in terms of dead money and all that stuff, or if you trade him away. I don't know if there's a really big market right now for Joe Schobert. You know, as far as Shaq Quarterman's concerned, how tall is he, Brent?
I want to say he's right at 6 feet.
He's 6 feet. Yeah, so that's not that. I think Joe Schobert's taller than him, right?
Yes, Joe's I think 6'2" or 3.
Yeah. So if we're talking, okay, I got it right here. He's like 6 foot, about 235. Some the people have him at 240. Once again, kind of undersized, I would say. And, you know, a guy that had some sack production in Miami, I still think you'd probably lean towards the inside linebacker spot for him just because I don't see him playing the outside. But with that being said, I think it's Schobert's job to lose right now. I have a hard time believing that Quarterman would come in and, once again, a little undersized. Does he have the instincts? We haven't really found out yet. He's going to have a crazy training camp and preseason production like you wouldn't believe in order to even be in competition, I feel like, with Joe Schobert.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I mean, you got to really do something special, but I do think teams have to be willing to move on. I think teams get stuck. I think this organization has been stuck. I think that happened a little bit with Taven Bryan last year, quite frankly. They gave him every opportunity possible, and they said, you know what, we're tired of it.
Sure.
You know, and toward the end of the second half of the year, I think it was, he didn't play as much.
Correct.
So I get it, the investment. They get more opportunity. They've got equity built in because of it, because of the investment. We would all do that probably, right? If we spent $50,000 on a car instead of $5,000 on a car, we're probably going to give that car a few more runs.
Yeah.
So I got to understand it. But
keep in mind, though, it's not Urban Meyer's guy. It's not Joe Collins'
exactly.
guy.
And that helps speed that up.
It
right?
does.
It's not Urban's car.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But I get it.
I would make an argument that I think Damian Wilson might have a better shot of starting over Schobert.
That's a good call.
Than Shaq Quarterman.
That's a good call.
Now, I see Damian Wilson as more of an outside, but I think he could play the inside as well. Looking up his size, man, he's 6 feet too. Man, what's up with these 6-footers playing linebacker? Wow. What is this, the all short team here?
I always thought that 6 foot was the linebacker, and then all of a sudden you now get 6'2". And I mean, well, how tall was Puz?
I guess you're right.
Right?
Sorry, man. You know, when you're 6'6", it's just everyone's kind of short. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I think linebackers are. I mean, I kind of look at shorter players and where can you play? There's not many options for you.
Yeah.
There's running back, and I think linebacker fits. Now, some people go the small corner, but not anymore. They don't seem to.
Yeah.
So, you know, the other guy. You know, it's interesting at the linebacker spot. They have interesting players behind Schobert. You just mentioned Shaq Quarterman, draft pick. You mentioned Wilson. Obviously has a lot of starting experience, Super Bowl guy with Kansas City. And then Dylan Moses is intriguing, you know, because of what he could have been before the knee injury.
Yeah.
So there's a lot there that will be a nice camp story to keep an eye on for sure for the Jack.
They got Miles Jack at 6'1". I guess I thought Miles Jack was taller than 6'1". Man.
We'll
Slacking,
be back.
man.
Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Is analytics killing sports? We'll get to that in the 4 o'clock hour. It's on the way. Shred your goals this year with the new Metabolism Boost Banana Passion Fruit Smoothie from Smoothie King. At only 240 calories and 14 grams of protein per 20 ounces, this crave-controlling meal smoothie has non-GMO whole fruits, naturally derived caffeine, and absolutely no syrups. Or try strawberry pineapple or mango ginger. Start your healthier habit and order online at smoothieking.com. Now for pickup or delivery at any of the Jacksonville area locations. Smoothie King, rule the day. Need a good paying job with a flexible work schedule and benefits? A1A Solar is looking for you. $70,000 is a reasonable first-year expectation. Seasoned reps can easily make six figures. Leads provided to you as well. Health, dental, 401k benefits. A1A Solar is a tremendous company, voted best places to work in Jacksonville, and in 2016 was the Veteran-Owned Business of the Year. Be a part of an awesome company at A1A Solar. Just go visit A1ASolar.com.
You know what's good today? Arlington's Credit for Everyone program. If your beacon score is from 450 to 850, Arlington's working hard every day and getting almost everyone approved. With over 300 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs to choose from, Arlington has what you're looking for. So much selection. You also get a 30-day exchange policy with your purchase. That's 30 days to love it or exchange it. Now that's good. Shop in person at 10939 Atlanta Boulevard or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half? That feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Summer means longer days and sometimes longer weekends. Make the most of yours with Memorial Day savings now at the Home Depot. In-store, online, store-wide. Get grilling and saving with a 5-burner Next Grill for only $199. Regularly $249. Save on everything from mulch to mowers. Ready, set, summer. Memorial Day savings. Here now, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done while supplies last.
Is your home not feeling very new anymore? Sick of that pink bathroom tile, popcorn ceilings, a stove older than you are? Whether it's repairs or reno, finance it smart with a Honeydew HELOC from 1-to-1 Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union, where you can borrow up to 90% of your home's appraised value. You've got good taste, but your block counters ain't cheap. So get to work and open a Honeydew HELOC with 1-to-1 Financial. When you do, we'll send you a free handyman tool set to get started. Apply online at 121fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
The COVID-19 vaccine is an important choice for people at higher risk of COVID-19 complications because of diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart conditions. Getting back to life. It's up to you. A message from the American Heart Association.
69 today, 50-year-old Phil Mickelson holds the second-round lead right now at the PGA Championship. He's at 5 under, one shot ahead of Louis Oosthuizen. Live coverage of the PGA continues on ESPN and ESPN+. The Grizzlies and Warriors will settle the West 8 seed tonight, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and TV. If the Warriors win and Steph Curry gets the credit for carrying the team, ESPN's Jay Williams says the same can be said about the 7 seed.
Use the same argument to appreciate the greatness of LeBron James. Because if Steph Curry is bringing this team to the 8th seed, I don't want to hear people that say, whoa, LeBron James, look at his record in the finals. Do you know what teams LeBron James brought to the damn finals?
Jay Williams on Key J&Z. Just 4 days after signing a one-year deal, wideout Marquise Lee is cut by the 49ers today. Lee opted out of last year with the Patriots. Minnesota Wild winger Marcus Johansson will miss the rest of the first-round series against Vegas. With a broken left arm, he got hurt in Game 3 Thursday night.
Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do. Fortunately, Geico makes it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. It's a good thing, too, because having a home is hard work. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. Geico.com. Easy.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station. Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
We killed the managers when they're not open to the media. He had spoken to the player before he talked to the media. He gets asked a question, and La Russa gives him an answer. So we're supposed to kill La Russa now for being honest? And I'm so tired of hearing these players, these soft players. Show some toughness. My goodness gracious. You know what? He got on the player. He made a mistake. He said he shouldn't have done it. It's unsportsmanlike. I happen to agree with him. The player will get over it. What are they, kids? Sure, I mean, the manager got on you a little bit. Get over it. It's not the end of the world. I cannot get over this. And furthermore, I don't want to hear anything about La Russa there where he can't manage. Nonsense. He's a Hall of Fame manager. They got the best record. Well, they did until the Giants won. They had the best record in Major League Baseball. They came back and beat the Twins in a rubber game of the series a day and a half later.
Hey, a La Russa defender.
That guy was passionate.
That's Chris Russo, right? Formerly of Mike and the Mad Dog.
Oh, it's Mad Dog Russo.
Yeah.
See, I don't even know his name, but I know Mad Dog Russo.
Yeah.
Wasn't he was at the Super Bowl, right? Wasn't there a...
Yeah.
You remember that? He had some guests on that kind of like went at it a little bit, like to the point like where the guy like threw the headset and walked off.
I don't remember it.
I can't remember who the guest was. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously, it's kind of like shock jock, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. That's an interesting take on La Russa. Again, the folks that came right back at me the other day when I said the stupidity of hiring La Russa is from moments like this, and I thought it was because he's old in a young man's world in a changing game. And so, listen, if he does figure this out, then you're right and I'm wrong. The bottom line is them being first place in the AL Central, that doesn't carry a ton of weight. I'll tell you, I'll say this, okay? First of all, I don't think the AL Central is that strong. The Twins have really flopped so far, and that was supposed to be the team. Yeah, Cleveland's okay. I mean, Kansas City was in first place for the first 4 weeks of the season, I think. The Tigers are terrible. Listen, the Red Sox are not the best team in the East. They lead the division. Let's see, who else? The Giants are not the best team, and they're the third best team probably in their division. and they lead the division. So, I mean, come on, a little bit. Again, you might be right. I mean, Chicago probably will win the AL Central, but a lot of us picked that to happen, with or without Tony La Russa. But if he does keep it all together, and this is a galvanizing moment, then I think he deserves some credit for it. And listen, I have no problem calling people out. I just think this had more to do with not protecting your teammate and your big player on your team, like not having his back. And I also think he is an old school guy in a young man's world. I mean, that's what I don't like about La Russa managing the White Sox because of this. Like, I feel like if Joe Madden was the manager, like this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but I feel like Madden would have had his back for as long as he needed to have his back. La Russa was just the opposite.
That's what it all comes down to, though.
If they come out on the other side, then, hey, you know what? He figured it out, and you guys are right. I'm wrong on La Russa. That's fair enough.
You know, I got it, man. But I just feel like the number one priority over anything of being a coach is your players that you have their back.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if you have a talented roster like the White Sox obviously do, and maybe they're winning out of spite of their manager right now. But if you want to get to the promised land, you want to win a championship, you got to be all in, and you have to have a cohesive bond, let's just say. And when you feel like a manager doesn't support you or doesn't have your back, that's only going to get you so far, in my opinion. Now, once again, maybe the White Sox win the World Series and we're both wrong and we look like idiots, but I'm sticking by that.
You know, to that degree, we're going to talk a little bit later on about there's a couple of interesting stories today. There's a couple of Florida, like, stud high school basketball players that are going to this new league that will get them into the G League eventually and then into the NBA. That's their hope. There's another headline I saw about a high school football player, I think it was, who's going to bypass his high school season, his last year of high school, to get ready for college. Going to bypass his high school football season to get ready for college. It's like we're living in a different world. And so to piggyback on the kind of like the La Russa thing, living in a different world. We talked about it yesterday with baseball. Baseball has changed big time. And in an all-or-nothing world we live in, we can't have all or something. It's got to be all or nothing. In an all-or-nothing world, the game has flipped itself on its head, and now all of a sudden, I don't know if that's why I would know. No-hitters, certainly there's a contribution, but the strikeouts and the boring nature of the MLB game now exists and is a heavy topic. So much so, Don Mattingly said it yesterday. So the game has changed. And so it got me thinking, and I have a lot of these conversations because, you know me, I'm a little small ball guy in baseball. I don't mind the bunt still. I think moving people over and all that stuff can still be effective. And see, I'm an all or something guy. I'm like, I understand the power of the home run. I understand the importance of an extra base hit. I understand that threat in the lineup. When I was in college, like my senior year, I'm convinced like I didn't get a lot of at-bats because I was going to be a singles guy, and they wanted doubles and triples and home runs. Like it had already started. That's like 1999, and I wasn't going to provide that. So that was already going that way without all the numbers and analytics. So this is, like Mattingly said, it's probably some 15, 20, 25 years in the making, and here we are.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, in all sports, but baseball's a key one here, but I think football can be too, and others. Are analytics good for the games, good for the sports, or bad for the sports?
You know how I feel about this. I've said it many times. I think analytics in preparation for your opponent are a must. I think analytics determining a play, a call, and not taking in the variables of the game flow, of the crowd, of the emotion, a lot of those things, that I don't agree with.
I'm going to take it a step further, and here's why I wonder. So basically, are you on the hurting or helping side? Okay, well, in pro sports, it helps you win, and winning is what is important and what matters.
Define helps you win, though. From the scouting standpoint or from the in-game decision standpoint?
Probably a little bit of both, and probably more to even the second one than we all want to admit. Although I understand where you are with the hunches and the gut and the emotions, and there are some things. But if I take baseball, Austin, in the last decade, the teams that have won, the teams that have turned their organizations around, the teams that have been successful, and really go all the way back to Oakland, why they can even be competitive. But Houston's done it. The Red Sox have been big believers in it. I think the Dodgers are now. Like the teams that are that way, Tampa has been. I mean, look at Tampa last year. I mean, they're the great illustration of it. And it hurt them at the end because of it, too. But they got there because of it. It shows you that you win if you look at the numbers and live by the numbers.
Sure.
You can win with it, and it's helping teams win.
And you can also lose and tear a team apart with it.
And you can.
Because the Green Bay Packers say what's up right now.
Yeah.
With Aaron Rodgers.
And there are examples of both.
Yes.
But it's hard for me to denounce it when I've seen a team like Tampa in baseball last year, who they have like a $70 million payroll, and they took everybody to the brink and maybe were the best team.
Yeah, to me, it's unfair to compare baseball to football because it's two completely different sports. I think with baseball, where you lack physicality, I think where there's less variables, I think analytics are king in baseball, and I absolutely agree with them from the scouting standpoint, from the game flow. Like the in-game decisions. Absolutely for the sport of baseball. I think football, though, and the in-sport decisions should be taken a little more cautiously.
Okay, so, and I would say this. They probably impact sports in different ways, like golf, right? I mean, everybody's hitting the drives 400 yards now. There's Bryson DeChambeau. He created his whole body differently over that because of the analytics, the spin rate and the this and the that, all these things. So it gives you information, and information is king. And if you know what to do with that information, and you can get ahead of people and gain on people, and if you're ready to commit to it, I think sports has shown us some to do that. I think there's two variables, though, where it really has hurt sport. And this is big picture and what we have to ask ourselves and what they're asking in baseball right now. And should we be asking soon in football and other sports, maybe even a sport like golf? Are they going to hurt the watchability of it? The entertainment value of it? Are we so committed to the numbers, like what I've always said? Like, I don't want that home plate to be computerized because now I feel like I'm playing a video game. Well, baseball has become a little bit of a video game. What do you want to do when you play MLB The Show or whatever? You want to either hit a home run or strike somebody out. Well, guess where we're at in big league baseball? So the watchability of it has become such an issue in baseball. Do we get that way in other sports as well? Is it less exciting to watch golf because a guy has a pitching wedge in his hand all the time? He's hitting it 400 yards. Well, that's been debated for a while, ever since really Tiger Woods started launching them past everyone. The ball, the equipment, everything's changed. I go one step further, and this is where I don't know if people care enough about it or are we just don't have enough data yet. Youth sports emulate pro sports. Fair enough?
Sure.
Like every kid playing baseball wants to be like Aaron Judge.
Yes.
Every kid playing football wants to be Patrick Mahomes right now.
Yeah.
Well, I said this a little bit yesterday. It's a different game. Like, it's a different game at the youth levels. You don't have that information. You don't have the ability to get the equipment to get that information, and you don't know what the hell to do with that information.
Okay.
So it's a totally different game. Therefore, are you being taught like the fundamentals of playing the game the way it was meant to be played and then adjust because of analytics, or are we already teaching the game the way the analytics tell us to play the game without even knowing how to play the game? You see what I'm saying?
I do, but I also think you're giving way too much credit to analytics. Like, if you want to talk about the game of basketball, a lot of kids, and, they try to copy Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And usual post players are now taking 3-point shots because of guys like Anthony Davis and guys like Kevin Durant. That, to me, is not an analytical thing, though. That to me is a variable of where you have an athlete who is a monumental talent who does something that normal athletes really can't do at that position, at that sport, at that time. Like, Steph Curry changed the game of the three-pointer, and now kids are going to follow suit, and there's going to be probably a whole bunch of Steph Currys down the line. Not because the analytics said so, but because Steph Curry and his work ethic and his dedication is the best shooter of all time. Yeah.
In essence, though, I think the three-point shot, while carries some analytics, also that might fall under rule change in how the sport changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because before there was Steph Curry, there was Rick Pitino in Kentucky and whoever in Kentucky launching a three every time down the court. People were still shooting a lot of threes even before Curry was making a lot of threes.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so I think that kind of falls. It's probably a mash of rule change and analytics coming together.
But that rule change has been out for how long?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
But it took a while for the analytics to match up with it.
Sure.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now what everybody's doing is say, hey, 3 more than 2, it's worth it. Look at the numbers. If I can shoot 40% here and 37% here.
Yeah, but if you have the guys, though. Like, I don't think they're looking at Steph Curry and said, okay, well, you're shooting so-and-so from this. Like, no, hey, you're Steph Curry. Shoot as much as you want because you can make it.
Is the game of basketball as entertaining to watch with the 3 as it was before this proliferation of shooting threes happened?
What would you define the proliferation, though? Because,
every time down the court,
Allen.
they're shooting threes. When Ray Allen was making a lot of threes, it didn't mean they shot him every time down the court. Now they shoot. Now you can't get a post. You can't get a post up. It seems
for most
right?
teams. Yeah, unless you're driving.
Anthony Davis. I was like, hey, dude, you're 7 foot, whatever. How about go down low now that you're 3 for 15?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now shoot another 3.
No, I hear you. It doesn't bother me whatsoever because, 3-point shooting is definitely a high priority now. But you still have guys like Giannis. You still have guys like LeBron James that can drive, Russell Westbrook that drive the lane. They either dish out or they go in. So, that's still there. That didn't leave. It's just now there's more 3-point shooters.
But wasn't this conversation in basketball just a couple years ago? And Kuz may jump in on this, but James Harden, wasn't it almost unbearable to watch? A little bit like James Harden? Is he number one traveling? Is he creating space? Is it just launching threes? Is it good or bad for the game? Wasn't there that conversation even just a couple years ago?
But that's James Harden taking advantage of the rules.
That was more that was more him going to the free throw line. So he would jump into the players as he was shooting.
Oh, down to a science.
Yeah, that was more that reason, and that's why people were saying it was unwatchable because it stopped the game and put him on the line.
Kuz, you're good. You Drive and Dish podcast. You got another episode dropping this weekend or what?
Yeah, I got to record tomorrow between the play-in tournament and then the actual playoffs starting. This is where our schedules get a little messed up. We like recording on the weekends, but then the playoffs start and
You're committed, though. I like that.
You know.
So would you rather watch an NBA game today or an NBA game 5-8 years ago?
Probably. Well, it's kind of hard because now, like, I really pay a lot more attention to it. So I would say now. But I've heard people make arguments for, say, 20 years ago, where the defense was a big focal point and guys were hitting each other a lot harder.
Yeah.
I would like to see that because I don't necessarily have that memory. Yeah. There are games where I'm watching and it's like, oh my God, these guys are just grabbing the ball, running to the 3-point line and throwing it up.
Yeah.
You know, and then we go to the other side and do the same thing.
And if you like bump a guy, it's like a flagrant.
Yeah,
sure.
Honestly, the only thing that bothers me about the fouling or not fouling, depending on how it goes, is when players. A lot of people will say LeBron does this. Get like, what the heck, man? Like it's like okay, he didn't call it. Just move on.
Yeah, they all whine.
Right,
absolutely. Football wise, better game to watch today or 15 years ago. 10 years ago, you name it, whatever. Again, now a lot of the rules, this is more rules-oriented than analytical, but have led to more offense, which I think we like as viewers.
Well, yeah. See,
but is it a better game to watch?
I mean, I think
watchable.
I think it's more entertaining because they're scoring more points.
Yeah,
and people like that. Obviously, you go back to the Patriots Rams Super Bowl and like how everyone want to hate on that because it was a low-scoring game. So people love their points. People love fantasy football. So, yeah, I think it's probably more entertaining now. But once again, that comes down to the rules. That comes down to, hey, stay off the quarterback. Keep the quarterback upright. That comes down to, you can't hit a defenseless receiver and all this stuff. So they really handicap the defense, making the offense score more points. And it is what it is. But that's definitely a rules thing.
So it's this collaboration between rules and analytics. And I think analytics in baseball may be hurting the sport from a watchability standpoint. It really, like baseball, to a man, everybody will say baseball is more unwatchable now than it was 10 years ago.
Sure.
No doubt.
Sure.
They will. I honestly don't. I'm a big baseball guy, and I don't see that as much. But it is, it's front and center, man. Go look at any TV show right now, and that's what they're talking about.
Have there been a lot of rule changes in baseball?
Well, and that's my point. So there's suggestions, and they're trying to speed up the game with all these. That's where my 7 innings came into play. Stop trying to do all these things and just play 7 innings then. Yep. Maybe it's more watchable. But maybe that wouldn't solve it if the strikeout is so king and the ball's not put in play. They're saying, hey, let's drop a foot maybe on the from the 60 feet 6 inches. Let's go to 61.6. Does that change it? And I've actually come around a little bit on something that I hate and don't love the idea of it, and have told you many a times for the last however many years, this may turn me off from the sport of football. Sport of baseball. Like, I'm not that guy, or by the way, like if they strike or if they whatever, say something, if they kneel and you don't like I haven't been the guy that turned it off because somebody did something or something has changed. I watch the sports when I want to watch the sports because I like the sports.
Yeah.
But this one, I've always said, might turn me away from the sport. And that is if they went to an electric home plate, a computerized strike zone, rather than the umpire. Like, I like the human error. I think it's stupid to do it. But I do wonder if you want to make the game more watchable and entertaining, the batter, once he knows exactly the strike zone every single time, and it doesn't change, will make the batter a better hitter. And so I wonder if it will make the game more watchable. I wonder if it will increase scoring and therefore get people to watch and be excited about it. Because we know this, and hockey tried it as well.
Hockey with what?
Well, hockey tried it, I don't know, however many years ago. They wanted more scoring.
Oh, no. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Not the computerized strike zone.
No, of course. I mean,
like the 2-line pass and whatever.
There was the whole 2-line pass thing. Then they made the goalie's pad smaller, and then they extended the net. And those things are still implemented.
Yeah, and so, but they did it because they wanted more scoring.
Correct.
All the rules in football wanted more scoring. Even basketball. See, I would argue it is more watchable now because the games are now sometimes 135 to 131.
Yeah.
Like, that's more entertaining. We see guys putting it in the hoop, dunking, 3-pointers. That's entertaining. Guess what? Missed shots, defense, boring.
Yeah, to an extent.
To the casual fans, boring.
In the playoffs, though, when it gets, clamped down defense, that's something. Because that's the difference. There's regular season basketball, and then there's play, win, or go home basketball.
Yeah. Well, I think we all are more excited and don't care about the brand of the game or the watch of the game as much in the postseason because we know there's so much on the line.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But we're talking every day, 82 games or 162 games, we're talking watchability of it.
Sure.
And attracting more people to it so they watch in the postseason. And they are invested in the postseason. And they have emotion and feeling and all this stuff. And so baseball is losing that right now. Like, golf hasn't. Like, people still like to watch the 400-yard drive, quite frankly. They like to watch Bryson DeChambeau. He's one of the biggest attractions going in the game. And you know what else they like? And this is why they haven't changed the equipment or anything. They like when people... They like two things in golf.
Okay.
When people make great shots and birdies and score and like, holy cow, how did he shoot 61?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
That's unbelievable.
Sure.
And they like days like today where they look like you and me and make eights.
Okay.
The train wreck.
Yeah.
We like that. We either like the brilliance of our athlete or the train wreck of our athlete.
Okay.
In most sports, really.
Yeah, I would say so.
But I think that's why golf is still like, it's okay. Don't worry about the technology. Don't worry the ball's flying this far. Why are we going to fix that? Like, we're good. Things are good. This is why people are watching. So, and baseball has they're like the anomaly. They're like the one sport right now outside of like soccer, because I don't think you could change anything in soccer to make more goals. And maybe they've tried, but
yeah.
Baseball is the sport right now, although I say this coming off a game where the Giants beat the Reds yesterday 19-4.
Yeah.
But we're getting two no-hitters a week.
Yeah.
And we're not seeing any highlights other than home run or strikeout. I've said this doing TV highlights, by the way, and we don't do a lot on baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like the home run is much of a highlight anymore. Just another home run.
Depends how big the home run is.
Like, I will tell you this. Well, that's true. Like, and obviously, any game-changing moment helps tell the story. But I say this to myself, too. Like, if I'm watching a game, first of all, it's illegal on TV. It should be, and kids learn this now, and every other TV station should know this. Don't show a sac fly unless it means the game winner. Okay. And then I'd even debate whether you should show it. All right. Sac flies are not highlights, okay? They're important parts of the game, but they're not highlights for TV viewers.
Gotcha.
Just want to make that clear.
Noted.
That's the PCAV rule. We already got that under long story behind that.
Noted.
Anyway, I would potentially, I'd rather show a great catch or a great play than a home run now. Unless, like you said, it's like a winner or a monumental thing or it goes out of the stadium, which can happen. But I'd rather show a great defensive play because I think it's different. Yeah. I want to show my viewers on TV something they're not going to see every night. Well, guess what you're going to see every night? About 5 times in a game. A ball leaving the yard. Mm-hmm. So that's the nature of baseball. Baseball is the anomaly where they cannot find the right formula. And they might have to do the rule change thing like all other sports have done to be able to make it a more entertaining, watchable TV event for their paying fans.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're trying the darndest not to do it.
Oh, because I think you take away the tradition, obviously.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yep.
And so it's fascinating. I think you can make the case, though, the analytics has gone too far, especially in the sport of baseball, to hurting the sport from at least an entertainment value standpoint.
I agree with you.
We'll be back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. What about all these kids skipping out on college? Is that the next trend?
What do the analytics say?
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny today, a widely scattered shower or two with highs in the low 80s, a little cooler at the beaches and dropping into the low 60s tonight. Join me beginning at 5 p.m. for CBS 47 at Fox 30. Action News Jacks from the First Alert Weather Center. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds, where you get the lowest diamond price guaranteed or your money back.
We should always be looking at our finances, but 2020 made my family take an even closer look, a bit more of a deeper dive, and it might have done the same for you, even into the world of retirement. Although that's a bit down the road for me, it might be closer for you, and your plan should already be under a microscope, and you have to lean on the experts to help guide the right plan. My friend Mike Lester with Talon Wealth Management is the perfect partner. He will provide a complimentary analysis and a plan for you. Call him at 904-515-5000 or visit guardingyournestegg.com. That's 904-515-5000. 515-5000 or guardingyournestegg.com. Mike will give you the guidance you need as retirement gets closer. He can help you convert company plans to private plans, a move that might give you higher returns and more options. You've earned the money. Now make sure you are ready for whenever retirement will be. Call Mike Lester at Talon Wealth Management, 904-515-5000. That's 904-515-5000. Or visit guardingyournestegg.com.
311 is back. Live from the Ride Tour, September 22nd, Daly's Place. With special guests, Iration and Ayaterra. 311 Live. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hammer is the color of your energy.
Where else can you get luncheon, brunchin', boozin' specials? Only one place, at Culhane's Irish Pub at Atlantic Beach and on the south side. It's as Irish as you can get, owned by 4 Irish sisters. And they've got fish and chips, of course, shepherd's pie. Go today for lunch or dinner. Eat in, order out. Culhane'sIrishPub.com for the full menu. And try the new 5 Sisters vodka at happy hour. Luncheon, brunchin', boozin' specials, and so much more. 2 locations, Atlantic Beach and the south side. Culhane's Irish Pub, Irish Sass with 5-star class. A car wash with spacious lounges and Wi-Fi, Starbucks coffee as well. Prime Car Wash has all of that, while your car or truck gets cleaned. For moms and dads, there are even child-friendly lounges. Full-service interior and exterior wash while you wait. Prime Car Wash is convenient for you. It was for me. I went to the Beach Boulevard location, and there's one on San Jose as well. Give it a try. You can even get a membership. Let Prime Car Wash take care of your vehicle while you take care of your family, or even do a little work. Prime Car Wash, clean inside, clean outside. Smoked for hours, served in minutes. Now that sounds like good barbecue, and it is at Willie Jules in St. Augustine at Murabella Crossing. Open 7 days a week. It's old school barbecue. Trivia night on Monday. Kids eat free on Wednesdays. Check out the Willie Jules app and catering for all of your events. Visit williejules.com and visit Willie Jules at Murabella Crossing in St. Augustine. Old school barbecue, smoked for hours, served in minutes at Willie Jules.
For survivors of domestic violence in Duval and Baker counties, Hubbard House provides free, confidential emergency shelter and services. Call our 24-hour hotline at 904-354-3114.
No matter what you are driving, you can step up to luxury now at any of the Fields Auto Group dealerships in Jacksonville. Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Yes, it's luxury for less at all Fields Auto Group locations in Jacksonville. Plus, you'll also be part of their exclusive Fields Amenities program, where you will get complimentary loaners, car washes, and cafes. So whatever you're driving, see Fields first and step up to luxury for less during this amazing opportunity. Visit fieldsauto.com.
Hey, I'm Carrie.
And I'm Bruce. We're the owners of Koala Insulation. Did you know that according to the Department of Energy, heating and cooling account for almost half of the home's energy use and expense? We started our insulation business because we wanted to help people save money on those energy bills and live a healthier life.
Schedule a free evaluation today at koalainsulation.com.
Koala Insulation. Clean, knowledgeable, and trusted.
For the ones standing guard. For the eagle-eyed. For the knights in shining armor. And for all those who support them. We are Grainger, your experienced safety partner, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, committed to helping keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com/safety, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 11. Truck accidents require special attention. Sometimes trucking companies put their drivers in a difficult position, and accidents happen. Driving without sleep can be as dangerous as drunk driving. Loads can be too heavy. Evidence needs to be preserved for inspection without delay. Some trucking companies hide insurance, but we know how to find it. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Offices in Jacksonville and throughout Florida.
It is the home of the Action Sports Jacks Dream 18, and make it your home course as well. The golf club at Southampton in North St. Johns County, located off County Road 210. It's family-owned and operated. Southampton is a fun course to play, and the golf club at Southampton offers club membership programs starting at just $79. With its elite practice facilities and player-friendly golf course design, it'll be your gateway to a great time with the family or with your buddies. For information on the membership programs, call the golf club at Southampton, 904-287-PLAY. Again, it's 904-287-PLAY.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
And you start to realize that the reason New Orleans Saints hadn't made a Super Bowl in the last few years is Drew Brees. Drew Brees wasn't the same guy late in season.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio and watch exclusively on ESPN Plus.
Brent Martineau.
All right, Jason Fitz, thanks for checking in, man. We didn't try to keep you too long today. We gave you a shorter one.
Austin Lane.
Hey, Jason, real quick, man. Since you have that Belinda Koff Award, since you can, vote on that, Murray State's got a couple good receivers. Now, they didn't play this year, okay? They didn't play a game this year, but Murray State's got a couple good receivers. Just check them out real quick.
Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
The league wants this. They need this. A New York, this is a big market, and it's a big market for the league. And New York has been out of the playoffs for a number of years. And, this is the team that our league, they want to see, there's a huge fan base. They want to see New York in the playoffs.
Nate McMillan?
Yeah.
You said he got fined for that?
$25K?
That's probably not wrong. Usually when you get fined, you're not wrong.
No, you're not.
I mean, like on the microphone. I'm not saying like you're right to like punch a guy in the face and get fined.
No.
That's not.
Usually when you
for
get fined,
you wouldn't get fined. That's your job.
I know, right? We usually, usually it's justified though. I would say.
Yeah, I mean, so you got to be willing to do it. They know what's coming too. Like, I mean, Nate McMillan knew.
They understand the game.
I just want to get to the point where $25K being fined, that's fine. Hey, I'm going to go get fined $25K today, and it's okay.
Right?
Yeah, use it to hype the team up a little bit.
Like, I want to get to the point where I can, like, say something that the FCC finds, and I cover it. And say, don't worry, station.
Backyard fireplace, though, huh?
I got it. Don't worry, I got this, but I really wanted to say it.
Backyard fireplace, though, man. Say what you want to say. Let's go.
Yeah.
You got it.
You might need the whole backyard to look like a fireplace. Patrick Mahomes, just real quick thought off what we were kind of talking about with a lot of rules and analytic changes and all that stuff. Maybe it was a little too heavy for a Friday. But Patrick, this isn't heavy.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes says, put a microchip in the ball, and it will help.
For what? I mean,
especially goal line situations.
Oh, to see like if it crosses the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do
we were
that.
just talking in break, too. We were kind of saying, like, why people don't watch or why they don't feel like sports are as mainstream as they used to be. Tennis is a very interesting example. I think that around in the United States, I think it's just a lack of American stars, quite frankly. In the men's game, I think the women's game has been more popular because of Venus and Serena Williams.
Of course.
And so, but if you look at the technology, I think that technology is the best technology in sports. It's incredible, the ability to identify in or out that quickly. And show it to the viewer that we all understand. Like, it's that good. Like, they show the shadow of the ball.
No,
right?
for sure.
It's incredible.
Why don't they use that in volleyball?
I would assume just cost. A lot of money in tennis.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there's a lot of money in volleyball.
I got you.
I don't think. I mean, there's a lot of money in tennis.
But hold up. Do you know how that whole... So is there a chip in the tennis ball, or there's like
I don't know
sensors
how it all
on the?
works.
Yeah,
I don't know how it all works.
That's these questions.
I know. I knew you were going to ask me next. I didn't want to have to
These
figure
are the
that
questions
out.
we got to go into here.
I'm sure we can do it with a quick Google.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. It might be a long Google.
By the way, like I feel like I've looked it up before, and now I just don't remember what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's that old now. Like they've been doing that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like straight out of a video game.
Yeah,
you know how they do that.
They didn't have with John McEnroe, unfortunately.
No, well, they've lost a little bit of that because of it.
True.
See, that's what you lose.
Yeah, but there's still people going crazy. There's guys smashing rackets and stuff. Yeah.
But it would be.
Remember?
That's where it's entertaining, right? I mean, we want Jimmy Connors and McEnroe, and we want that stuff.
Didn't Serena like scold some dude, and then like she got backlash for it? This is like probably 2 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. Maybe.
I mean, they've had their run-ins.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder what John McEnroe would have been if they would have had that technology.
Yeah, would he have been as volatile?
Yeah.
Probably
sir,
not.
The computers say the ball was clearly out.
I got a feeling he probably still would be volatile.
I
I
hope
don't believe
so.
the damn
I hope
computer.
so. I mean, he was before my time, but I appreciate him.
So anyway, Patrick Mahomes says, put a microchip in the football. He says, I've always thought the chip in the ball has to happen sometime, where if you cross the line, it just tells you it's a touchdown. So they're talking about basically the 1 yard line stuff.
Yeah, that's smart.
And I'm sure there's more evolution to that than just the 1 yard line. But if the best player in the game doesn't mind throwing a football with a microchip in it,
yeah.
When are we
that
getting
big of a
there?
deal.
You know, when are we getting there? What?
I mean, it depends how small the chip is, obviously, but I think that's fair. Or have some kind of, like, I don't know, technology where, I don't know, now I'm getting like way too crazy, but like in the end zone where it can monitor, like, if the pigskin crosses the end zone, boom.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you can do that.
I mean, I don't.
I mean,
they
we're
could
going
do
to
that
Mars.
with the technology.
We're going to Mars.
So it's not that they
you can tell
can't
if
do
a pigskin crosses the goal line.
They got to be willing to do it.
Yeah.
It's not that they can't do it.
Yeah.
And like his quote says this, it's also the human error thing. It's kind of like baseball. Balls and strikes, it's just part of the game. The biggest thing to me is when they get the pile by the end zone, there's literally no way to tell if he's in the end zone or not. It's like you said, just whatever they call. I'm sure it'll happen soon enough. Like, my frustration around the goal line is, why do you need to run all the way in as an official to then make the call? What's changing between the time, you know how like they're on the end and then they'll run in and then they'll put their hands up or mark the ball?
What do you want them to do?
Well, do it from the sideline when you saw it.
Oh, I got you.
Like,
I thought you meant like you want them closer. I'm like,
it
well,
always
that's not
feels
a good
like they're
idea.
going to look for something when they run in from the pylons and start running toward the melee.
Yeah,
and then they wait and wait and wait, and then it's touchdown or it's no touchdown. It's like, okay, did something change in your sprint?
No,
or
but,
did it not?
See, but I think your view can be obstructed, though, when you have, 10 or, I don't know, 8 offensive linemen, defensive linemen. Like you lose the sight of the ball.
But then that goes to what Mahomes is talking about. Because then so after the play's over, then it crossed, and then you're going to call it?
Yeah.
Are you trying to confirm or verify what you saw? Well, that's some 4 or 5 seconds. Well, 2-3 seconds later. Is that changing?
It's hard to see the ball. Like if someone's got it. If someone's got the ball cradled up, it's hard to see it.
So you would be okay with the microchip in the football?
Sure. Why not? I'm cool with it.
I can't really see a downside of it.
No. I think that's a full. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a genius. I think it's a foolproof plan.
He's not the first one to come up with the idea.
Well, he's talking about it. He's using his influence. Hey, sometimes it's not the first. It's the guy who's got the biggest power. Patrick Mahomes.
Well,
welcome.
Yeah, I think some of the concern about that stuff is for the passers, anything in the ball. I mean, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, we know what Brady
once again,
from a few years ago. Right?
It all depends like how small the microchip is.
I mean,
who knows?
Maybe
Maybe
a microchip weigh?
I don't know, man. I'm sure you got one in your bloodstream from getting your COVID shot. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah,
but people will tell you some. Hey, some people think.
Yeah, maybe there is one.
You never know.
I don't know. Tell me all about me. I'm all for it. Tell me all about me.
Yeah, you never know. People out there, conspiracy.
What do you know that I don't?
But I don't know. I mean, I'm not a quarterback, so I'm not sure. But I have a hard time believing a microchip would make that much. I mean, if you could throw in the rain, you can throw with a microchip in the football.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're scared of. There's multiple balls that get used in a game. So is that a problem? Is it more expensive to do it? Which the NFL's $1 billion thing.
Yeah, let's not talk about expensive with the NFL.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
You just add another game, so you're fine.
Are we concerned about what happens if something did get dislodged or jostled around and then it doesn't read? Are we just calling it off? Is it like the shot clock that goes down? Hey, we're going to go to the official now? I mean, is that the way it goes?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to have like an official guy that just watches that. Like that's going to be his job.
Yeah.
Is, hey, I'm the microchip football guy.
And I do wonder this, Austin. I wonder, the more you do, I said this earlier about the analytic part, the more you do at the professional level, that's where the sport is mimicked. And so, therefore, we get so accustomed to, say, the chip in the ball, and we know if it's crossed the goal line or not. We can't do that at the youth level or the collegiate level even. Is that problematic for the sport?
No. See, because to me, there's a difference between technology and analytics. Like, analytics requires technology to get the data. But, like, what we're talking about here is more of just progressing the game and maybe changing the rules a little bit with this goal line situation.
Or getting it right.
Or getting it right. What I don't agree with, though, is it's the classic argument of you kick a field goal or go for it on 4th and 3, 4th and 4.
Yeah.
Like, that's where analytics, I feel like, ruin the game and ruin your chance to win. That's what I have an issue with. I don't have an issue with analytics changing technology and, like, getting it right. So be it. But when it's the game flows, where I have the issue.
Mahomes brought up that computerized strike zone again. If they have a computerized strike zone, the first guy that's going to go pull the plug on that computer is probably going to be me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be with you on
get
that.
me arrested? Probably.
You probably get banned.
Is it like
probably
the
get
same?
shunned.
Is it like the same of running on the field, streaking or no streaking?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's probably worse than that.
Oh, really? It would be worse? Pull the plug?
Well, yeah, because then you, like...
damaged property.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to plug the damn thing back in.
I know, but it's damaged property, man. That's another offense right there, as opposed to, whatever. What would you call trespassing, I guess, would be streaking?
I guess.
And maybe depending if you're
loitering. Indecent exposure.
Indecent exposure could be a big thing, too. That's what you should do. You should get indecent exposure, loitering, pulling the plug, and menace to society.
Menace to society?
Yeah. That's a
Depending
good
on
album.
who streaks, can it be decent exposure?
Good album and a good movie.
We'll be back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Are kids going to bypass college? And is college basketball going to suffer the most from it? It's next on ESPN 690.
ESPN 690 Sports Center Update.
Happy Friday. I'm Jake Mitchell. After weeks of will they, won't they speculation, it's official. Tim Tebow, Heisman Trophy winner, first-round draft pick, minor league baseball player, and chicken restaurant owner, has signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars at tight end. Well, Bobby Carpenter, NFL and college football analyst, says it won't matter.
I don't think he's going to make the team.
Right.
I just think the odds are long on that. The problem is Tim doesn't necessarily have that pedigree in the NFL. I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing for them to do. I think Urban may have been reaching on this a little bit.
And in the NBA, 3 finalists have been named in the MVP race. Nikola Jokic from Denver, 76er center Joel Embiid, and Golden State's Steph Curry. Winner will be named at the end of the season in Orlando. Don't forget to listen to your Jumbo Shrimp as they play Norfolk tonight at 6:50 p.m. on ESPN 690 or ESPN690.com. This Sports Center update is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
All right, boss, that's the last house on the block.
So what's the tally?
Let's see, 11 houses have Safe Touch security signs.
Okay, Safe Touch means we cross them off our list. What else?
6 houses with no security system signs, 1 with a ding-dong doorbell camera sign.
Ha, laughable.
Yeah, and 4 houses have big blue alarm signs.
Big blue alarm. I still can't get over the fact that you can go online and buy one of their alarm signs for $25.
Wait, so you're saying there's a good chance that those big blue signs we saw are fake?
Well, not all of them. I'm sure some of them have actual alarm systems.
Huh. Well, one thing's for sure. When we see a Safe Touch sign, we know it's the real deal.
And that's just another reason we stick to the Crooks R Us golden rule. Stay away from Safe Touch houses. Is that on a bumper sticker yet?
Crooks know to stay away from Safe Touch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson, president of Safe Touch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Call Safe Touch today at 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply. Come on, one more rep. You got this. 10. There it is. Nice work, man. You're a beast.
Thanks, man. I feel better than I have in years. And I got to tell you, taking Nugenix makes a huge difference for me.
Nugenix? That's the testosterone booster with TV ads with Frank Thomas. The Big Hurt, right?
Oh, yeah. This is a legit product. The key ingredient is Testofen, which helps boost free testosterone levels and increase lean muscle mass.
Well, it's clearly working for you. Hey, are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, Nugenix is a great way to increase lean muscle and feel stronger with more energy and endurance.
Man, I need to get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix.
No problem. You just got to send them a text. Text BEACH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Nugenix samples are not available in stores, so text BEACH to 321-321 right now. Text BEACH to 321-321. Text BEACH to 321-321.
A car wash with spacious lounges and Wi-Fi, Starbucks coffee as well. Prime Car Wash has all of that while your car or truck gets cleaned. For moms and dads, there are even child-friendly lounges. Full-service interior and exterior wash while you wait. Prime Car Wash is convenient for you. It was for me. I went to the Beach Boulevard location, and there's one on San Jose as well. Give it a try. You can even get a membership. Let Prime Car Wash take care of your vehicle while you take care of your family. Or even do a little work. Prime Car Wash, clean inside, clean outside.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you. So you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Just be confident. Just be valued. Just be totally zen. Community First makes smarter banking simple, easy, and convenient with better rates, fewer fees, and great digital tools so you can relax, confident that you're managing your money the right way, yours. Add an account today on your phone, tablet, or desktop at justbeyourself.com. That's justbeyourself.com. Community First Credit Union. Just be yourself. Federally insured by NCUA.
My son knows he should never touch my gun.
He never talked to me about his gun.
I keep the gun where she can't find it.
He thinks I don't know where it is.
She doesn't
I know.
Someone you love could be hurt by a gun accident in your home. Keep your gun locked away when it's not being carried.
Take the time to talk with your kids.
Have the talk with your family about gun safety.
Talk to your family about firearm safety. Learn how at projectchildsafe.org/welcome.
Hey, the Johnsons are coming over Friday. Did you clean the pool?
Done.
Did you prep the steaks?
Already marinating.
Oh, what about the drinks?
On it. I'm going to Total Wine.
Find a white wine Jill hasn't tried yet. Oh, you should make that rum cocktail that Jim likes.
Well, that's why I'm going to Total Wine. They've got more Sauvignon Blancs, Chardonnays, tequilas, and rums. Their selection is amazing.
Oh, I'm coming with you.
Wondrous selection, helpful guides, ridiculously low prices. Order delivery in St. Augustine, Amelia Island, and surrounding areas at TotalWine.com.
Vote for this week's ESPN 690 High School Athlete of the Week, presented by Honda of the Avenues. Each week, an athlete with the most votes will be announced on Action Sports Jacks. To vote or nominate your favorite student athlete, go to ESPN690.com or check us out on ESPN 690's Facebook page.
I think a trade is likely. I think the Rams, Baltimore, and Tennessee. But, boy, Tennessee makes a lot of sense for a number of reasons. They're in a win-now mode. Their quarterback's over 30. They lost a really good receiver in Corey Davis. Julio Jones would come there with A.J. Brown and make them immeasurably better. Arthur Smith, the current head coach of the Falcons, was the offensive coordinator of Tennessee. He knows that roster well. Maybe it's a player like a Rashaan Evans, a good young linebacker, and a second-round pick. Maybe that's a win-win. So I think at this point, the fact that this story is still out there tells me that there's probably something to it. Julio Jones, he's obviously much closer to the end than the beginning. Terry Fontenot, the new GM of the Saints, from the Saints, who's the GM of the Falcons. Arthur Smith, new head coach. If you're going to do something like this, you do it in year one. So to me, this really makes sense that after June 1st, he could get moved.
That was Tannenbaum again.
Man.
Tannenbaum having a tough day.
He just called Corey Davis a really good receiver. I mean,
had a good year.
But he said he was a good receiver. You lose a really good receiver in Corey Davis. Have you seen the stats? I've had him play football for 3 years.
Yeah. Julio Jones pretty good.
I would take Julio Jones.
You see DeAndre Hopkins?
But Julio Jones going to the Chiefs. Just wait.
We'll do that at football at 5.
Just wait.
Because I'm going to ask, I want you to think about this question, everybody.
I got
football
a feeling.
at 5?
Yeah.
Julio Jones more likely to move or Aaron Rodgers more likely to move before the season starts? Okay? Think about that.
I mean, okay.
Well, don't answer it. I don't want.
I mean, hey, man, you asked me the most obvious question. It's hard for me just to marinate on it.
That's obvious?
Yes. I think so. Yes. One guy was the MVP, one guy wasn't. One guy played, I don't know, 8 games last year? 7 games last year?
I keep saying there's no doubt Aaron Rodgers is going to be on. Everything I read has said he's never coming back. Like, he's just not.
Who's saying that, though? You know, I mean,
yeah. Tannenbaum.
And he's on one right now. Yeah, Julio Jones played 9 games last year. He's going to Kansas City.
Great.
Because this is how the NFL works, you know.
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen, right?
Yes.
You know, going to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
AFC, get out of the NFC, Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
Little Sunshine and Rainbows, sponsored by A1A Solar, each and every day on Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Let's chalk one up for the old guys at the PGA Championship. Phil Mickelson, 50 years old, has the lead by 1 shot after 36 holes, at least for him. Now, there are golfers still out there. But in second place is Louis Oosthuizen. He's 38 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And just a couple shots back, by the way, with all the young guns in golf, Paul Casey is still right in the mix in the top 6. He's 43 years old. So what the old guys are doing okay, 36 holes in. Do they have the stamina, though, for the weekend? Little sunshine and rainbows for the old people heading into the weekend.
I like that.
If you're listening to Jimmy Buffett or something, you know.
What a compliment.
That's what old people listen to.
Oh, I know. You listen to Jimmy Buffett?
Yeah.
Little waste away in Margaritaville?
I think he transcends not just old people, though.
Careful.
Coos, you listen to any Jimmy Buffett?
There's no way Coos listens to Jimmy Buffett. Forget if you say
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Okay, you got one. Yeah, but
Hurricane, Margaritaville,
Alan Jackson. What's the Alan Jackson one? Pina coladas. Give me a couple pina coladas.
Didn't he? Him and Zach
By the way,
Brown
way
did
too
a
much
song,
sugar.
didn't they?
Like you're in a. Did they? Okay,
listen,
so Coos is Jimmy Buffett.
Coos obviously listens to Buffett a little bit
So
more
you-
than he watches movies because he hadn't seen Good Will Hunting or Tommy Boy.
So you a Jimmy Buffett dude?
I mean, when
Are
I'm
you a
when
Jimmy
I'm on
Buffett bro?
when I'm on summer vacation, sure, Jimmy Buffett hits the playlist.
I think some
a
young
little.
people still listen to Jimmy Buffett. No?
I guess,
Who's
man.
he,
I
who's
don't
he,
know. I'm
who,
losing.
who you listen to if you don't listen to
I
Jimmy
think
Buffett?
I know someone I work with, and now he flips Jimmy Buffett on me. What?
Who you listen to like in that same genre?
Oh, I was gonna say.
if
If it's the summer, I don't know. Future. Travis Scott. No.
See, no, if it's like if on my Jimmy Buffett playlist, that would be the same vibe.
Do you have one?
Kenny Chesney.
No, it wouldn't be that. To me, it would be like Dirty Heads and
Oh, yeah.
Revolution. Like it would be very vibey, reggae.
Jack Johnson. You throwing Jack Johnson in there?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It would be more like that.
Yeah, Jack Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I'm just
Sublime,
wondering what
if
the
you wanna go
kids
old
are.
school.
Sure, yeah.
Listen.
Sublime with Rome.
Oh man. Yeah.
Just wondering what the kids are listening to.
I'm not an actor. I don't got to say anything about that.
Anyway, one for the old people heading into the happy hour in the weekend.
Okay.
Sunshine and Rainbows.
Dave
A1A
Matthews
Soul.
Band, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, sure,
Oh, there you
yeah.
go.
Wakes up in the morning.
The
Hey,
ants are marching.
Need a good paying job to listen to some music too as well, huh? Flexible work schedule and benefits. A1A Solar is looking for you. $70,000 is a reasonable first-year expectation. Seasoned reps can easily make 6 figures. Leads provided as well, plus health, dental, 401k benefits. A1A Solar, tremendous company. Check them out. Visit A1ASolar.com. If you're looking for a gig, they're looking for you. Visit A1ASolar.com. See this story out of, the basketball world where these 2 kids are going to, they're high school juniors, I think, and they're going to forego their college eligibility and everything else, and they're going to join this league, and they're going to get paid pretty handsomely to do it.
Now, this isn't the Balls league, right? LeVar Ball's league that he was talking about?
I don't think so.
I feel like we'd hear a lot more about him if this was, yeah.
No, this has been this is the Overtime Elite League. I don't think that's Balls League.
No, because it'd be called Big Baller Brand League or something.
Yeah, there's 6'9" Florida guys, and they are among the top 15 high school juniors in the country. So here's the deal. They will forego high school and college eligibility to join a startup league in September for contracts that are expected to pay them each 7 figures over the 2-year range of the deals. 7 figures. That's 2 commas.
I know. And you know I'm looking at you right now. I'm just saying.
Well, you know.
Keywords being startup. Like, ask them how the AAF went when it was a startup league and guys didn't get their paycheck.
There's always a little apprehension there.
I would be a little nervous,
now,
I'll be honest.
We have seen players start going to the G League right away. Right?
And guys are doing that as well, yes.
And these guys will, I guess, get handed off to the G League eventually because they have to wait 1 more year after to go to the NBA.
Okay.
I think according to this, the way it is. And they even set up some, like, classes and sports science stuff to do. Like, it's
listen,
involved.
More power to you. Go get your money, man. I'm not going to tell everybody go get your money. So props to them for doing that. My only concern would be if you're playing in this league, which is a startup league, just make sure that everything's, you get paid. Because the last thing you want to, the last thing you want to do is, they have that season fold, and now you miss an opportunity to play against competition, because that's where college comes in. College helps develop your skills a little bit. If you go to a big time university, you'll play against some good competition. You'll refine your skills a little bit. So once again, as long as this is a real thing and it's a legit thing, more power.
And
to
I don't think we'll know that until it's. Until we see a little bit of it. But these are like the cornerstone pieces. These guys are legit players. I mean, they are top 15 guys in the country.
I got you.
And so here's the deal. They can join the G League after their high school class graduates, but aren't eligible for the NBA draft until a year after that. That's how it works. So they can join the draft in like 2024. But in the meantime, you're getting paid. These guys especially will get paid over $1 million. They'll have already...
Assuming that everything goes through.
Yeah, assuming that the league runs.
Yeah.
Are we about to see, with all this stuff, though, even with the G League rules and everything else, are we seeing the end of college basketball as we know it? With the problems that did exist in college hoops, now these other entities trying to offer kids dollars and payment and, like, the real way without the behind-the-scenes way? Are we going to see in the next 5, 10, 15 years? It's not going to happen overnight, but college basketball is done as the way we know it. Like, the superstars will not play college basketball.
No, well, I think, but keep in mind, too, with the endorsement rules coming down for the NCAA, I think that's going to help.
That'll help college basketball.
And also, what are you rather going to watch right now if you're a fan? Are you going to watch the NCAA tournament, or are you going to watch two guys from Florida play in a different league?
It's a good call.
So, like, who's to know, like, this is even going to be a successful thing? Like, where are they getting this money from? How are they making money off this?
Well, they obviously have Kevin Ollie, by the way, the former UConn coach, is a guy like kind of running everything
I know
now.
Yeah.
And so they've got backing.
Yeah.
They obviously got enough backing to pay two kids $1 million over 2 years.
It's one thing to have backing. Are you making money off it, though? Yeah. Because if you don't make money off it, then goodbye backing.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, once again, I'm not hating. I mean, more power to these kids. I just hope that it actually works.
Well, the bottom line, though, is the question. This is the birth of the question, like around these last couple of years with the G League stuff and people going overseas instead of going to college. That it's not just this league. Mm-hmm. It's all the options out there for kids rather than going to college and playing so they can get professional and earn money quicker. Mm-hmm. And it's no different than, say, tennis or golf or any of those sports. If you want to bypass and go get paid, you can do it.
Yeah.
And now you can do it earlier than ever before.
Yeah.
In the sport of basketball, I think it has a real chance of changing the landscape of college hoops. And we'll see. Be a matter of time. We'll be back. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Football at 5 coming up.
Here's Ben and John Lupo, owners of Beards Diamonds.
It's funny, my dad has sold people engagement rings, and now I'm selling their kids engagement rings and anniversary gifts and birthday gifts now for their children and grandkids. So it's pretty cool to see that family tree grow.
We're blessed with the relationships we've built over the years. Our non-commissioned sales associates are experts. They have only one goal: your complete satisfaction.
We have a 6,000 square foot showroom with anything and everything that you could want. Beards Diamonds has been family owned and locally operated since 1981.
40 years later, it's still our goal to offer the largest selection of quality diamond jewelry at the best prices in Jacksonville, guaranteed. The reason we can make that promise? As Beards owners, we are on the floor helping you with your purchase. We have no corporate bosses setting the price. The chain stores can't touch our prices. They just can't.
Check out our full inventory at beardsdiamonds.com. Come in and see us. We'd love to help you. Anybody that steps foot in our stores is automatically a part of the Beards family.
Beards Diamonds in the St. John's Town Center.
Start your flexible summer schedule today. Visit careers.mcdonalds.com to complete your application. McDonald's offers paid time off and a number of other perks. And qualified applicants receive a free medium crispy chicken sandwich meal after the interview. Hiring week is happening now at your local McDonald's. McDonald's independent franchisees are equal opportunity employers committed to diverse and inclusive workforces. Visit mcdonalds.com/careers for more information.
There is a taste of the islands in every drop of Vida de Luis tequila, imported directly from Tequila, Mexico to Jacksonville Beach. Vida de Luis is the only locally owned tequila in Jax Beach. Support local and try Vida de Luis. Award-winning, smooth, all natural, no aldehydes or additives, which means wake up feeling good the next morning. Find out where you can pick up a bottle of Vida de Luis, Blanco, Reposado, or Añejo. Just visit VitaDeLuis.com. Support local and taste the islands in every drop.
No matter what you are driving, you can step up to luxury now at any of the Fields Auto Group dealerships in Jacksonville. Cadillac, Jaguar, Land Rover, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz, and Porsche. Yes, it's luxury for less at all Fields Auto Group locations in Jacksonville. Plus, you'll also be part of their exclusive Fields Amenities program, where you will get complimentary loaners, car washes, and cafes. So whatever you're driving, see Fields first and step up to luxury for less during this amazing opportunity. Visit fieldsauto.com.
I'm Action News Jack's First Alert meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Weather here is unique. It can be bright and sunny one minute and then a downpour the next. That's why mornings are when you need us the most. So you can plan your day, no matter if you're getting ready to go to work or working from your living room, getting the kids ready for school or ready for lunchtime. I'm on TV explaining how weather is going to affect your day and night ahead, so you're prepared for anything. I'll get you ready on Action News Jax this morning.
Smoked for hours, served in minutes. Now that sounds like good barbecue, and it is at Willie Jules in St. Augustine at Murabella Crossing. Open 7 days a week. It's old school barbecue. Trivia night on Monday. Kids eat free on Wednesdays. Check out the Willie Jules app and catering for all of your events. Visit williejules.com and visit Willie Jules at Murabella Crossing in St. Augustine. Old school barbecue, smoked for hours, served in minutes at Willie Jules.
It's time for some straight talk. Sure, saving money feels good, but cutting your wireless bill in half, that feels really good. Like walk-off home run in the 9th inning kind of good. Okay, maybe not that good, but pretty darn good. With Straight Talk, you can get 25 gigs of high-speed data for $45 a month, up to 50% less than the other guys. Plus, no contract. All on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot when you could pay half? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Goodyear knows the importance of keeping momentum as you head down the stretch. Momentum starts with movement. It's pulled from the air like a contested rebound. Momentum builds with steals and fast breaks, and is proven by deep threes as the shot clock expires. Momentum is how we change the game, and now it's time to discover where it can take us. Goodyear, more driven.
Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. ESPN 690. Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, a Cox Media Group station. Broadcasting live from the ESPN 690 Anajar and Levine studios.
This is Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 with Brent Martineau and Austin Lane.
He's the first quarterback of all these quarterbacks, Jay, that have left their teams from a legacy standpoint. He would be the first to leave his team on his own. And what I mean by that is Brett Favre left Green Bay because they didn't want to deal with him anymore. They 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? Joe Montana, we got Steve Young behind you. We like you, Joe. You're our guy, but Steve is better at this moment. Get out. I mean, when you go and you look at the history of the legacy quarterbacks that have left their teams, it's because the team didn't want them. Aaron Rodgers is the first that I know of that says, I don't want to be here with you. So it could potentially stain the Milwaukee-Green Bay relationship, but for how long?
Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Zubin, Keyshawn in the morning, right here on ESPN 690, 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Coos, Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 every day, 3 until 6 p.m. We'll take you up until 6 here at on a Friday, heading into the weekend. By the way, Fleming Island in the state Final Four leads it 4-0 in the top of the 4th inning over Vieira. So a very good start. Cody Carwile, our Action Sports Jax on ESPN 690 Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Honda the Avenues. On the bump for Fleming Island. He's a good one now. Going to Georgia Tech. MLB scouts been watching. Lefty get it up to about 92, 93.
Right on.
They are really built to win a state title with their pitching staff. Fleming Island is. It's tough to do. St. John's Country Day found that out yesterday. Bowles still has a chance early next week But Fleming Island might have the deepest staff of anybody. They got a lot of arms, and right now protecting a 4-0 lead. If they win tonight or finish this thing off tonight, they'll play tomorrow in the state championship game. So we'll keep you posted on TV as well on CBS 47 and Fox 30, see what Fleming Island does. I always wonder this as a competitor, does it make you feel better? I wonder what my kids will say. Mm-hmm. So Ty and Creekside lost to Fleming Island, got walked off in the regional, whatever that was, semis maybe.
Yes.
So does it make you, and Kaylee lost to Winter Springs. They won today to go to the state title game. Mm-hmm. So as an athlete, do you feel better losing to a team that wins it all?
Oh.
Like, does it soften the blow? Say, like, let's just say Fleming Island wins a state title and Winter Springs wins a state title. Kaylee and Ty, I haven't asked them this, so I have no idea how they're going to react to it. Will they be like, dang, we could have beat both of them and maybe we could have won the state title, or hey, they were really good, we lost to the state champs, nothing to be ashamed of.
As a guy who lost the game to go to the state runner-ups in football, and then as a guy who lost the game to go to state, lost the state champions, got absolutely crushed out of nowhere. It was a big upset, actually. It sucks just the same. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
There's not one that's worse than the other. It doesn't soften the blow knowing that you lost the state champions. It sucks all around.
I think people say it. I think they couch it that way.
Sure.
Like, I think it's like, well, feel better you lost to the team that went off.
Because
I don't know if I feel that way. I feel like, wait a minute. So does that mean, because what you wonder is, are you good enough to win it all when you're 3-4 games away?
Correct.
And then what you prove it to yourself, or that you think, like, shoot, we were good enough to maybe win it all.
Correct.
Which is, by the way, that doesn't even work well, because just because one team beat another team doesn't mean you're going to beat them.
No,
that doesn't work that way. It's a matchup thing.
We all do that.
Yeah. But that's kind of where my mentality goes. Like, wait a minute, I could have won this game, and they went and won it all, which means
So if we're on the other side of the bracket and we can actually go to state, yeah, it's
an interesting mentality. Mental gymnastics, as you like to say.
Mental gymnastics, man. But yeah, that basketball game, because I was the senior and we had 4 starters that were sophomores. So we were a very, very young team, and we were supposed to win that game. And it was a private school that we're playing against. Like we were just, like the freestyle, just do what you got to do. We're freak athletes playing against a bunch of, with all due respect, Justin Kuzar and Brett Martineau is just Mr. Fundamentals, let's just say. I assume that's what Kuz's game is. And they wiped the floor with us.
Was that basically saying a bunch of white kids?
No, I didn't. I mean, no.
Is that what he just said? I mean, he said Brett and Kuz.
No, I'm just saying very fundamentally driven players. Like a bunch of TJ McConnells, let's just say.
Could shoot free throws.
Ran pick and rolls, had set plays and everything, and they mopped the floor with us. I never missed a dunk in my career. In high school, missed 2 dunks.
Oh, you were rattled.
Oh, and the crowd, it was insane. And then the worst part was watching because we went to state, because we go watch the state games. That was kind of like a tradition where you got out of school, you can go watch state games.
Oh, okay.
So we got to go watch the state games, and then they played the highlights before it was Ron Colley, the school was called. Before Ron Colley came out, it's like, let's see how Ron Colley got here. Boom, Austin Lane missed dunked. Boom, Austin Lane missed dunked. I'm like, oh, now it's playing on the Jumbotron for everybody to see. That's cool.
That's not fun.
So that was a bummer. Yeah, it was a rough game.
That is.
And then my coach goes because I'm sobbing, because this is the last team sport I'm ever gonna play. I had track season, but let's be honest, track season, right? So So the whole, because our student section was crazy, so they started chanting Austin Lane as the coach pulled me out, because I told him, all right, take me out, because we were down to 35.
Oh, wow.
I know. And I'm like, just take me out. And I said,
you got mollywopped.
We got mollywopped, curb stomped, whatever you want to say. And I came off the floor and I said, go put, at the time, it was a freshman by the name of Mike. I said, go put Mike in. Because Mike was he's like a freshman, didn't play at all. He was like the last guy on the bench. I'm like, just go put him in, man. Let him have a cool experience. So the coach listened to me, put him in. And then the whole crowd's cheering Austin Lane. And then we get to the locker room. And the sports radio, there's cameras there. Hey, you have time for an interview? And I go, no. And I blow past them because I'm pissed. I'm so mad. And now in retrospect, I'm trying to look back at if that was you there and you want to get a reaction, I would have been like, no. And
I'd be back in the sports office, man. Austin Lane, he's a
and you know what? Yeah, for sure.
Diva.
Diva.
More than that. Maybe another D word.
Listen, I was super emotional, man. So I'm just, I'm losing it in the locker room, and no one's really saying anything because once again, it wasn't supposed to go down like that. And then our coach goes, "Hey, we're a really young team. We'll get them next year." I just break down even more because I'm the only senior on the team. I'm like, I'm not there, coach, but appreciate you, man. Yeah, that was a rough one.
Two things as I watch I wonder this. I want somebody to do this. Clayton Freeman, I'm going to assign you to this task from the Florida Times Union.
Yeah.
I wonder, you brought up public school and private school. That's a thing. That was a thing back home in Rhode Island. It's less of a thing here. There's a lot of private schools and very talented, good coach, good programs, all this stuff. Like I don't feel like it. Like when I was in high school, it was a thing.
Yeah.
Like to beat the private schools.
For sure.
I do feel like Bowles still has that target on them a little bit. If you go to Bowles, like Bowles, people want to beat Bowles.
Of
course.
It's
just the way it is. And there's a lot of respect for Bowles, I think, because of that, but they want to beat Bowles. So I think I would love to know the percentage of public schools that win state titles in all sports versus in private schools. There's so many private schools now in the state of Florida. I don't even, some of the schools that exist, I don't even know. Like when I see their names, I'm not sure if that's a public school or private school, but it sounds like a private school.
Yeah.
So I don't know the percentage of it, but what I will say, and one of the reasons I'm saying that, Fleming Island has a chance to win a state championship as a public school. It feels like, I don't know if it feels like it's a bigger deal. I just feel like it happens less frequently.
See, the wild thing though about Jacksonville is that you can go wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
That even adds
in the
more.
State of Florida,
well,
really,
in the state, yeah. But that adds even more to it, I feel like. Because at least in Wisconsin, there was always the public schools versus private schools thing. And obviously, anytime you play at a private school, there's the extra emphasis, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you talk about you can go wherever you want, open enrollment, that's different.
It is different.
Because I don't want to say it's like recruiting, but you get that
it's
sense.
kind of recruiting.
Yeah,
I mean,
recruiting.
people bounce all over, and they're bouncing all over.
Wild.
Now, you got to have a seat at the table to be able to bounce, and it's very hard to do in St. Johns County because the schools are so filled up.
Sure.
But probably if there's a will, there's a way.
It's an interesting dynamic.
It is a very interesting dynamic. But I will say this, I don't feel like I know my kids don't, they don't say hey, I want to beat Bowles more.
Yeah.
Or I want to beat so-and-so more. They don't talk that way. Now, maybe some of the kids do. But, I mean, we seriously talked about that. And, we wanted to beat Bishop Hendricken.
Yeah.
We wanted to beat St. Ray's.
Of course.
They were the big school. We want LaSalle. LaSalle was our rival. They were East Providence against LaSalle. That was the rival, man.
I feel like any school that's got a LaSalle in the name are balling.
Yeah.
De La Salle, Texas. I think there's a LaSalle in California.
California, De La Salle. That's where I think Maurice went.
Yeah.
Mojo.
They're all balling with LaSalle.
Yeah, so that's an but I'd love to know I wonder if it's as much as I think. I wonder if more public schools win. And what else is interesting is when you get to class 8A or 7A or 6A, I think there's more public schools because of the it's all on enrollment. And so the private schools usually have less enrollment. And so they all exist in the 4As, the 3As, the 2As.
Yeah.
And so I wonder I wonder which one is which, and I'm not doing the homework, okay? So somebody else do it.
There's always controversy too around our time. When we lost that football game, we lost to St. Mary's, who's also a private school, by the way. But there was always controversy saying, well, show it, people from my town wanted the enrollment form to see how many kids actually went to school there.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was controversy that they actually lied about their enrollment.
Yeah.
So our town was demanding, show us the
enrollment
show us the tax returns. Show us the open enrollment right now. Show us how many kids you guys got.
Enrollment and birth certificates.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a serious deal.
Yeah, that was a narrative in the papers.
Yeah, and maybe that narrative has kind of changed now because it is kind of just willy-nilly a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I'll say one other thing about the high school stuff, and I'm convinced of this. There was a kid last night for Trinity Christian, the spring game. I saw somebody tweeting about it. He was an 8th grader, could chuck it and threw a touchdown first possession.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an 8th grader playing against juniors and seniors. If you look at Bowles played a team out Pensacola Catholic, a freshman threw against him. St. John's Country Day played in the Final Four, a freshman threw against him. The University Christian softball team, they have one junior, and the rest of them are either sophomores, freshmen, 8th graders, or 7th graders. Jeez. The sports are you think pro sports are getting younger and younger?
Yeah.
High school sports, because of the specialization, what they have at their disposal, the bigger, stronger, faster athlete. If you're as you go along, just because you're a sophomore, junior, senior doesn't mean you're better.
Yeah.
Those kids coming up behind you are usually better.
No,
for sure.
sure.
Well, I don't know about usually better. I still think there's a value to having seniors. Fleming, they're in the state Final Four. They have 11 seniors.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. St. John's Country Day had a bunch of seniors who made it to the Final Four in baseball, at least. And then Bowls, I mean, some of their top guns are upperclassmen. So there's a value to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it used to be like everybody that was in like a state championship or even like in the NCAA, if you go way back, was like juniors and seniors heavy, right? Those were the good teams. That ain't the case anymore, man.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids there's like 8th graders doing
man.
stuff.
I'll tell you what, though, with this open enrollment, man, and if my son wants to play football, I'm all about this open enrollment because you better believe if my son wants to play football, once Puzz comes back to town and coaches high school football, my son will be the first one to sign up for Puzz's team. I don't care where it is. Now, if it's at Bowls, then I'll sell my 401k right now. I'll take that penalty, and I'll send my son to Bowls. But wherever Puzz is going to be the head coach, that's where my son's going to be. He's be coming home as freshman, calling me sir and everything. That's going to be good to see. Because you're doing extra dishes.
And then here's the thing. That's why I can't wait till Austin gets here. He's like, I'm signing up for Puzz, baby. We're going to play for Puzz. And then Puzz like puts Ronan as like the third string. It's like, we're getting out of here. We're out of here.
Offensive lineman. Offensive lineman. No, yeah. I'll tell you right now, Puzz, he ain't playing offensive lineman. I don't care if you're Pop Warner coach. No son of mine's playing offensive line.
That's funny. Hey, Julio Jones, Aaron Rodgers, you think this is easy. Julio Jones
Brent.
on the move?
Come on, Brent. Yes, Julio Jones on the move. Because, see, here's what I think. What do you think? Does Julio Jones want out? Do we know this?
Well, it certainly feels like more Atlanta is motivated to get Julio Jones out of the contract, where they're at. I don't know why they're so motivated. Like, I think I would keep, if you're keeping Matt Ryan, why not?
Yeah.
But they have acknowledged, like they have actually, I think Terry Fontenot has said, listen, we are listening. We're fielding phone calls.
Sure.
The nature of our salary cap, where we're at as an organization, this might be in the best interest of our organization to do this.
So let me ask you this.
Meanwhile, Green Bay doesn't want to get rid of Aaron Rodgers.
Correct. Well, and this is why, and I'm joking around, but I'm a little serious. This is why I'm such a big proponent on the Kansas City Chiefs getting Julio Jones. You remember Calais Campbell? Went to Baltimore, right?
Yes.
What did Baltimore give up for Calais Campbell?
A 5th.
Correct. And when that went down, what did we all say? Oof. I mean, first we were all shocked that Calais Campbell got traded in the first place. But then what did we say? You only got a 5th-round pick for him?
Yeah, that's it.
Couldn't you got more? Like, there had to be other options out there.
Big contract, too, they took on.
Big contract, too, of course. But, come on, it's a salary cap, Brent. You know that doesn't exist. But what do we both establish on? They're doing Calais Campbell a favor, right? Because they respect what Calais Campbell brought to the team, what he brought to the community, and they said, okay, man, unfortunately you can't be here, but since you can't be here, we're going to set you up for success and send you to Baltimore.
We're going to put you in a good spot.
They're doing right by Calais Campbell.
Yeah. They would have liked to send Ramsey to Buffalo.
Correct.
I mean, like bad Buffalo, not good Buffalo.
For sure.
But at least so he'd have to shovel his damn driveway.
Well, they would have sent him to Canada, but they could have pulled it off. With Julio Jones, you talk about a guy who's been a staple on that team for how long? Look at what they sacrificed to get him day one in the NFL draft.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that guy has been a captain. He's been a monumental figure, I think, in that community and in that locker room for a long time. So if he truly is on the trading block and Atlanta's looking to get rid of Julio Jones, you get the sense that they're having and keep in mind, it's a newer regime, all this stuff. I get it. But they are asking Julio Jones, hey, Julio, where do you want to go?
Where would you like to go?
Obviously, maybe you don't get your top choice, but we'll try to make it work as best as possible. Where do you want to go? And if you're Julio Jones, what's the goal, Brent? Super Bowl?
Yeah.
At this point?
Yeah.
Kansas City. Kansas City Chiefs.
Do they seriously have enough footballs with microchips in them to go to all those people?
I mean, I know. I just think that.
Like, I'd go, you know where I'd go?
Where'd you
if
go?
I was Julio Jones, you know where I want to go?
Tampa?
Nope.
Green Bay?
Nope. Well, Green Bay actually wouldn't be bad.
What, depending with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. What do you got?
Seattle.
Oh, yeah. That's not a bad.
And if I'm Seattle, I think they can make I can be big in their offense.
Yeah.
And I can help them a lot.
Yeah.
And put them over the top.
Yeah.
I think I can make my biggest impact. Now, listen, again, there's only so many snaps for Kansas City to get all those guys out there.
Sure.
And even starting to look that way a little bit in Arizona with what they've got, and Tampa with what they've got. I think I'm a very good football team, I feel like, if I'm Seattle. If I had a guy like Julio Jones to go along with what I already have. I mean, you got two physical specimens at the wide receiver position now.
This is true.
If you have that, I'm I'm looking there if I'm Seattle and if I'm Julio. If I do have a choice, I'd like to go out there.
But here's the same thing, though, Brent. It's almost like the Le'Veon Bell effect. Like Le'Veon Bell, he had that contract in New York. It wasn't working out for him there. What did he want to do? He wanted to go to Kansas City, even though they just drafted a first-round running back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which would show, okay, you're probably going to play Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Well, he gets hurt and everything, and it is what it is. But, even Le'Veon Bell wanted to go to Kansas City. Because why? I won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I feel like Julio Jones could say the same thing.
What about L.A.?
L.A.'s up there.
Yeah, catch passes from Matthew. I think there are a lot of places to go for him to have success.
But would you trade in that? Would you trade in the NFC? I understand Calais Campbell goes to an AFC, but we knew where Jacksonville was at the time.
I think you're okay if you're Atlanta as long as he's out of the division.
Okay.
I'd rather not.
Of course.
Right? But I'm definitely not trading him to Tampa, New Orleans, Carolina.
Correct.
So I'll give you some about New England.
Once again, though, I don't. The threat to win a Super Bowl. I don't think. We'll see, but I think Julio Jones. What else does he have to do, Brent? Guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. Go win your Super Bowl.
Yeah, go win your Super Bowl. But he also listen, man. You know this.
But how much
pride, man? You're not going to just want to go be on a roster to win a Super Bowl. He's not that old. First of all, he's got 3 years left on his deal. I think it is, and
Brent,
he's coming off.
He's 32.
I know he's coming off. Yeah, but he's not 37. Okay. I think he's still a really good football player if healthy. I think that's the biggest question mark. And
of course,
I want to come back and prove that I still got something left in the tank because that's the way athletes think. I don't think he's just a roster guy.
No, I hear you. I'm just, I want to see Julio Jones go to Kansas City so bad. I just want to see the internet break because that would break football.
Yeah.
That forget Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun, forget Tim Tebow with all due respect to him. If Julio Jones and maybe Trevor Lawrence, we'll see. But if Julio Jones goes to Kansas City, breaking the internet.
If Julio Jones does go to Kansas City, do you think we start having talks kind of like what people say about the Dodgers and Yankees and Red Sox and hey,
no, there's a salary cap.
You can't keep getting
all
these guys.
There's a salary cap. That's what. What are we going to say? You can't have such a good culture where people want to come play for you. Stop it, Kansas City. Stop it.
I wonder if the conversation, are we building super teams, and is that dangerous to the sport? I wonder if the conversation would come up.
It would definitely come up.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I think that would come up.
You think Roger Goodell would say, no, we're going to veto this trade all of a sudden?
Yeah.
You never know.
No, he's not going to.
No,
I just think, would it be the first time in the sports history that would come up, maybe?
For sure.
I don't even think when New England's winning big, maybe when they got Randy Moss. When New England got Randy Moss, did we have any of those kind of conversations?
No.
Because people are like, Randy Moss, he's going to go punch Bill Belichick down the hallway if he says something to him, right? They wanted to see it.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, correct. And even Antonio Brown. Because keep in mind, what he was coming off of the whole Oakland thing, and there was that, but he was still at the time had talent.
Yeah, Tampa feels a little bit like that when they were getting Gronk, and now people wonder, hey, Edelman, is he going to come down?
True.
So, I think those are the two teams. And by the way, I think Tampa and Kansas City are the teams that would bring that conversation to the table.
Sure.
And are is this good for the sport? I don't know if there's a way to stop it. Like you said, salary cap. Hey, if you can manage it, you can manage it. Mm-hmm. But I do wonder if people would say, wait a minute, is this good for the game? These people getting this good. These teams getting this good. I don't know. I don't.
All right.
I wouldn't have as big a problem with it, but I think it would come to the table.
So out of speculation here, let's put a couple teams on the table and let's have a little wager. Julio Jones. You think he's going to see? Because I think Green Bay could be a viable option to show, hey, Aaron, we're sorry, here's Julio Jones.
Yeah, that's
have fun. You thinking he stays in Atlanta? You got him going to Seattle, Kansas City, or Green Bay? Or maybe some other team I'm not thinking of.
I don't think he ends up on Kansas City.
No? Okay.
I would bet against the Kansas City move. Mm-hmm. I know you like it. I would bet against it.
I just want to see chaos.
I think there's too much going on in Green Bay for I like your idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think a place like Seattle or like you said, Kuz, even the Rams or somebody, there's a lot of destination places.
Sure.
But
you're kind of on the fence right now.
I think Seattle really makes sense.
Okay.
Again, we threw that name out there. I'd say Seattle over Green Bay or Kansas City makes more sense to me.
So you got Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely don't have Kansas City.
Okay, I'm taking Kansas City because I want to watch the world burn sometimes. I want to see chaos.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, sit back with some Vita de Louis tequila and enjoy the happy hour.
Vita de Louis, the good vibes.
Taste the
Islands and every drop of Vida de Luis tequila. 100% blue agave from Tequila, Mexico. Good vibes.
It's a celebration!
Vida de Luis Tequila, locally owned in Jax Beach. Check them out on VitaDeLuis.com. And Yeho, Reposado, Blanco, 3 different flavors. Where can you find a bottle? All you got to do is go to VitaDeLuis.com. Drink responsibly. Vida de Luis Tequila. Heading into the weekend with a half hour to go here in Action Sports Shacks on ESPN 690. I got more for you. I do have this, too. Concerts or stadiums? Which one do you miss more? Being at, that is, right? So, would you rather...
Or the press box.
The press box.
Yeah, I want to know,
sure
do I
as
have
hell don't
media
miss the
pass
press
or
box.
no?
Would you rather, over the last year, you feel like you're itching to go to the concert or go to a sold-out Swamp, TIAA Bank, you name it?
Yeah.
You got to give me an answer when we come back on ESPN 690.
Now, the First Alert Forecast on ESPN 690.
A few showers into this evening, partly to mostly cloudy overnight tonight, dropping into the low to mid 60s, and partly sunny on Saturday. Highs in the upper 70s at the beaches to the low to mid 80s inland. From the First Alert Weather Center, I'm Action News Jax Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds, where you get the lowest diamond price guaranteed or your money back.
I'm a call it like I see it guy. Sometimes that twists the competition's panties in a bunch. Sometimes it causes pearl clutching. But it always lets you listeners know the truth. Last January, I told you winter was slow and you could get a deal on upgraded systems because it's true. And here's the truth about summer. Most AC breakdowns happen from stress testing during that first string of scorching hot days in summer, causing every reputable AC company to be booked out at least 2 or more days. Any company not booked solid in summer isn't a company you want in your home. But who wants to sweat it out 2, 3, or more nights waiting for a new AC? At Griffin Service, we've solved the logistics to fix that problem, because we fix what others can't. We call it our Sign Today, Sleep Cool Tonight program. So if you forgot the tune-up in spring and things go to turd buckets in summer, don't sweat it out waiting. Call Griffin for our Sign Today, Sleep Cool Tonight guarantee, exclusively at
GriffinService.com.
CMC 1250697.
We should always be looking at our finances, but 2020 made my family take an even closer look, a bit more of a deeper dive, and it might have done the same for you, even into the world of retirement. Although that's a bit down the road for me, it might be closer for you, and your plan should already be under a microscope, and you have to lean on the experts to help guide the right plan. My friend Mike Lester with Talon Wealth Management is the perfect partner. He will provide a complimentary analysis and a plan for you. Call him at 904-515-5000 or visit guardingyournestegg.com. That's 904-515-5000 or guardingyournestegg.com. Mike will give you the guidance you need as retirement gets closer. He can help you convert company plans to private plans, a move that might give you higher returns and more options. You've earned the money. Now make sure you are ready for whenever retirement will be. Call Mike Lester at Talon Wealth Management, 904-515-5000. That's 904-515-5000. Or visit guardingyournestegg.com.
311 is back. Live from the Ride Tour, September 22nd, Daly's Place. With special guests, Iration and Ayaterra. 311 Live. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Hammer is the color of your energy.
Where else can you get luncheon, brunchin', boozin' specials? Only one place, at Culhane's Irish Pub at Atlantic Beach and on the south side. It's as Irish as you can get, owned by 4 Irish sisters. And they've got fish and chips, of course, shepherd's pie. Go today for lunch or dinner. Eat in, order out. Culhane'sIrishPub.com for the full menu. And try the new 5 Sisters vodka at happy hour. Luncheon, brunchin', boozin' specials, and so much more. 2 locations, Atlantic Beach and the south side. Culhane's Irish Pub, Irish sass with 5-star class.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm attorney Robert Rubenstein with another edition of Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 3, insurance companies are not your friends. They are not your good neighbors, and you are definitely not in good hands. Insurance companies fight every day to not pay claims. They don't want you to get a lawyer, but they have lawyers. So what should you do? Hire someone who is really on your side right now. Call Rubenstein Law at 1-800-FL-LEGAL. Offices in Jacksonville and throughout Florida.
Need to get your car serviced or maybe your oil changed? Take it to Honda of the Avenues. Their service department is top notch. I'm talking 5 stars. Their new express lane service for oil change is incredible and so fast. Plus, they'll even vacuum and wash your car when they're done. Right now, get a synthetic oil change and a multi-point inspection, which is good before you head out on the highway for those summer trips. Just $49.95. Honda of the Avenues, easy to find on Phillips Highway south of 295 or at hondaoftheavenues.com. The Honda Giant.
Listen to ESPN 690 anytime, anywhere, on any device. Whether you're at home or on the go, get the latest on the Jags, FSU, the Jumbo Shrimp, and Action Sports Jacks on Odyssey.com. That's AUDACY.com or on ESPN690.com.
Brent Martineau.
But man, when you hit, what is that button you used to hit? Like the X button to accelerate?
Austin Lane.
I haven't played Madden in like 10 years. Sorry we let you down there.
That was a major letdown.
Yeah. Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690.
I love it when it's difficult. I think that's why I do so well in the majors. I just know mentally I can grind it out. Like when it's windy like this, it's not so much putting. It's more about ball striking, and I feel like I struck it really well today. And I feel like that's why I've done really well. And you got to understand sometimes that par is a good score. You got to understand that 30, 35 feet is a great shot sometimes, and you just got to accept it and move on.
I think that's Brooks Koepka from yesterday.
Yes.
He's out on the course right now. Made 2 eagles already in this round. He's 5 under, 1 shot back. Phil Mickelson now 1 shot back. Louis Oosthuizen is 5 under today, and he's 6 under. Has a 1-shot lead. So I was wrong. I thought Mickelson, with the way that wind was blowing, would have the clubhouse lead going into the weekend. But Oosthuizen has caught him for now. He still has 5 holes to play, which could be problematic. You'd like to be in the clubhouse sometimes on that course. Koepka's still with like 8 holes to play, so or 7 it is. We'll keep you posted. But it's Oosthuizen 6 under, Mickelson 5 under, Brooks Koepka 5 under. Heck of a leaderboard. DeChambeau 3 under par today in his round. He's 3 under. He's top 5. So we got a heck of a weekend shaping up at the PGA Championship. How about this news just in? Brian Schneider, the special teams coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars, is taking a leave from the team, according to Ian Rappaport, and I have been able to confirm as well.
Okay.
Here's how it reads. Decided to take a time away from coaching for personal reasons. The team will fully support Schneider and his family during this time. So I don't think what happens when we think of these things is, okay, well, what happened? Like
of
what?
Course.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hopefully
did they have like a
everything's
Tebow thing, or I mean, were they at odds or something, or like you guys both said when I said something like that, like whoa, what? I wonder why, right?
Yeah.
That's our first reaction.
Sure.
Well, I think a lot of times we don't know why. I mean, maybe at some point we find out down the road, but I also think
it's with his family.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. Either him or his family. I think that's where my mind goes. My mind goes to that stuff, which can be obviously a very delicate situation. So, whatever it is, good thoughts with Coach Schneider and his family as he takes some time away. We really don't know what that means right now. Does that mean he'll join the team down the road? Is this a permanent thing? But I guess in the interim, man, I mean, they're out on the field. They're eventually going to get to a point where they're at training camp. Special teams coordinator, kind of a big deal. What do they do? Do they hire another one potentially? And I know you can't answer that, but that'll depend on his availability down the road. Does he come back? Whatever it might mean. Or in the meantime, can Urban Meyer handle some of that? Do they have enough? Does just Charlie Strong take on a role there?
Yeah.
How does assistant special teams coach
just
gets promoted?
I mean, let's be honest. A special teams coach is a very important coach. right? It's one phase of the game: offense, defense, special teams. So, there's obviously a lot more questions than answers right now. Obviously, the first thing should be hopefully everything is okay. I don't know what's going to be coming, Brent. I'll be honest with you. I think if it's me, and I'm depending on how long he's taking off, if it's an extended period of time, then you try to find a new special teams coach, because they are a specialized breed. Like, I understand Urban Meyer could probably do it, but I want a guy with a lot of experience in that realm.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There's a couple of things. We are in the end of May. The hiring cycle is well over. Not to say there's not a guy out there you can hire as be a special teams coordinator or bring somebody else on to help in that phase of the game, but it'll be an interesting situation for Urban Meyer. And I guess now you start to look at this in totality, man. Since Urban Meyer's been hired, he obviously had the Chris Doyle situation. He now brings in the Tim Tebow situation. That's his doing. And now you have this situation, which we really don't know many details about, but your special teams coordinator, right before OTAs, is taking a leave, and we don't know how long that will be. You add some of that up, and there's a lot going on right now in the first few months of the Urban Meyer era here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, the whole phrase, he's decided to take time away. So, like, he hasn't resigned, obviously.
No.
So it's, I don't know.
Listen, this speaks, the way it's phrased, everything I can get, this speaks to, there's not like there's like heads clashing here, anything like that. Okay, if that's where your mind's going.
Yeah.
This is exactly what the Ian Rappaport tweet said, and that is for personal reasons. And personal reasons can mean a variety of things, as we know, and I have no idea what those things might be, but I think we have to take it at face value. Personal reasons usually means there's something going on, and it's serious to get you away from your job,
of course,
and asked to leave for a little bit.
Yeah,
and so
in
I
that
think,
position.
And then even the way it was phrased, the Jags are supporting him. So we'll see if they're willing to talk about it, get more details about it as it goes. It just came in the last 15, 20 minutes. But Brian Schneider, the special teams coordinator, will not be with the team, at least for the foreseeable future. And what that does to the Jaguars from a staffing standpoint, special team standpoint, I don't really know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the forgotten part of the game. But if you go inside a building, if you go inside any head coach, it's a vital part of the game. It's not the sexiest part of the game for the fans and for everybody else, but it is a vital part of the game. And we see it, it. People draft sometimes for special teams. People acquire free agents for special teams, for that core guy. And again, it's a valued part. This isn't going to hit the fan like saying, like the fan of the Jaguars, this isn't going to hit them like what if Darrell Bevel was now gone and Trevor Lawrence and the offensive coordinator and all this stuff, right? It's just the nature of it. Yeah. People aren't going to say that about the special. They're not as concerned about Lambeau or, the gunner on special teams. But inside the building, we'll see what kind of impact this makes. And now Urban Meyer has to make an adjustment again.
Yeah, you have to make an adjustment on the fly. You still have some time, like you were saying, so we'll see what transpires here. We'll see how long, he's going to be gone for, and we'll play from there. That's all we got to go off of right now.
Just look it up real quick if I can get this fast enough. The Carlos Polk is the special teams assistant for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Quite frankly, don't know a lot about Carlos. But they obviously have an assistant for a reason, and suitable to do it. I'm not saying he would be the best at being the head man for the job in that position, but at least they got somebody that knows special teams. That's where his expertise is. And now you bump him a little bit until you figure this out. How long is this going to be? 2-3 months? Is this going to be permanent? Can you find somebody else? Do you need to find somebody else? Is a question. I mean, again, this just happened in the last 15 minutes. So I think even the Jags, maybe if they knew for the last 2 days, probably haven't found a solution yet.
No, for sure. I'm not sure what his experience brings to the table.
10 years of it.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, he's been around the game for a while. Then I'm not sure how much of that has been special teams, but I think I mean, I'm sure that would be fine until the meantime, until you can come up with a different plan.
So here's the deal. He's been assistant special teams coach in 2019 with the Cowboys. assistant with the Tampa Bay Bucks for about 5 years, coaching intern with the Cowboys, special teams assistant with the San Diego Chargers back in 2010 to 2012, linebacker special teams coach as well at a small college out in California. So
you know what? I'm good with that.
Yeah, he's been around it.
Yeah, I'm good with that for right now.
Interestingly enough, he was out of the game last year. He has 8 years of playing experience.
Yeah.
He's a Nebraska guy.
Okay.
And he's a native of Rockford, Illinois. Is that James Robinson? Is he from Rockford, Illinois? Pretty close.
Okay.
I think that rings a bell. And 75 career games with 6 starts in his NFL career, racking up 121 tackles.
James Robinson, Rockford, Illinois, went to Rockford Lutheran Academy. Brett Martineau from downtown.
Rockford, right?
Rockford.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Sometimes I'm good, folks.
Yeah.
Polk was selected in the 4th round of the 2001 NFL Draft, played in 7 seasons with the Chargers, 1 with the Cowboys.
Nice.
So, interesting background. And I would say, probably a guy who just kind of assumes that position.
Yeah.
And the big question internally for the Jags, less, again, externally, will be, okay, how long is this absence? How long, whatever's going on with Schneider that he has to attend to, is this a permanent thing? Is this a seasonal thing? Is this maybe be back in September? So I think those are questions we can't answer right now, but that's the news of the day in that regard. Brian Schneider, special teams coordinator for the Jags, taking a little bit of a leave of absence with the support of Urban Meyer and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, one more segment to go here in the week on ESPN 690. I did ask, stadiums or concert venues, if you could pick one that you missed the most, which would it be? Miss seeing games live? You miss seeing concerts live? We'll kind of end the week with that on ESPN 690 when we come back.
ESPN 690, Sports Center Update.
Happy Friday. I'm Jake Mitchell. After weeks of will they, won't they speculation, it's official. Tim Tebow, Heisman Trophy winner, first-round draft pick, minor league baseball player, and chicken restaurant owner, has signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars at tight end. Well, Bobby Carpenter, NFL and college football analyst, says it won't matter.
I don't think he's going to make the team.
Right.
I just think the odds are long on that. The problem is Tim doesn't necessarily have that pedigree in the NFL. I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing for them to do. I think Urban may have been reaching on this a little bit.
And in the NBA, 3 finalists have been named in the MVP race. Nikola Jokic from Denver, 76er center Joel Embiid, and Golden State's Steph Curry. Winner will be named at the end of the season in Orlando. Don't forget to listen to your Jumbo Shrimp as they play Norfolk tonight at 6:50 p.m. on ESPN 690 or ESPN690.com. This SportsCenter update is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
CGC Water has been telling you if you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Still not a believer? Well, you can believe me. My family has been a happy CGC Water customer for 4 years now. Customer service is tremendous. We got our water tested. We were told about our options and financing in detail. No pressure, just information. Installation was quick, and the CGC team was there every step of the way. And we absolutely love it. Because it works. Heck, I even think my coffee tastes better because of it. And I love my coffee. A Kinetico system from CGC Water removes up to 99% of contaminants. That's clean. Schedule your free water test today and ask how you can save up to $500. CGC is still taking extra precautions with in-home visits and continuing to follow CDC guidelines. Financing available with approved credit. Call 904-552-1242 for details or visit cgcwater.com. Serving Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. CGC Water Treatment, your local independent Kinetico dealer.
I love that sound. To me, it's a battle cry. Because when you have a plumbing emergency, what you don't want is some chuck-in-a-truck plumber treating it as just another day on the job, scheduling you for whenever suits him.
Well, let me check on that. Hey, Bobby, when are we getting back from fishing tomorrow? Yeah, about tomorrow afternoon.
And then doing turd bucket work whenever he finally shows up, if he shows up. Well, flap that, Jack. If you've got a clogged drain, a burst pipe, or a broken water heater, you want same-day service from someone who will go to war on your problem. That's what Griffith's Service does. We offer same-day service for plumbing emergencies, burst pipes, clogged drains, and water heaters. And we'll not only go to battle against your plumbing emergency, we're also waging war against mediocrity in home services. We won't just fix your problem, we'll fix it right. So for same-day service for your plumbing emergency, call
GriffinService.com.
1430-261.
Summer dreams start in your new Toyota, so check out my friends over at Arlington Toyota. With over 700 new Toyotas available, a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty, 30 days to love it or exchange it, and 3 years of complimentary maintenance, why wouldn't you buy new from Arlington Toyota? Plus, you can score some great deals during the Summer Starts Here sales event going on right now. Shop in person at 10939 Atlanta Boulevard or online at arlingtontoyota.com. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/May for full details.
Men, do you feel embarrassed in the bedroom because of ED or PE? Prime Men's Medical Center has the solution.
I'm Dr. Brown. 98% of patients experience a positive result from the treatment in just 10 minutes after just one office visit. Men are lasting 30, 60, 90 minutes or longer, and it's affordable.
Call Prime Men's Medical Center at 904-664-8217. See results on your first visit guaranteed or pay nothing. Call 904-664-8217.
At Movember, we're best known for the mustache. Well, here's the thing. Men's health deserves support year-round, which is why we're more than a month, more than mustaches. All year round, we're doing more. We're delivering more research, more treatments, doing more to help men live happier, healthier, longer lives. But we need your support, because the more we can do, the more fathers, brothers, partners, sons we can protect. Movember, more than a month. Give monthly at Movember.com.
I'm Action News Jack's first alert meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Weather here is unique. It can be bright and sunny one minute and then a downpour the next. That's why mornings are when you need us the most. So you can plan your day, no matter if you're getting ready to go to work or working from your living room, getting the kids ready for school or ready for lunchtime. I'm on TV explaining how weather is going to affect your day and night ahead, so you're prepared for anything. I'll get you ready on Action News Jax this morning.
Need to get your car serviced or maybe your oil change? Take it to Honda of the Avenues. Their service department is top notch. I'm talking 5 stars. Their new express lane service for oil change is incredible and so fast. Plus, they'll even vacuum and wash your car when they're done. Right now, get a synthetic oil change and a multi-point inspection, which is good before you head out on the highway for those summer trips. Just $49.95. Honda of the Avenues, easy to find on Phillips Highway south of 295 or at HondaoftheAvenues.com. The Honda Giant.
Hey everybody, this is Brent Martineau from Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690. Hope you catch the show Monday through Friday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. But if you can't catch it, or if you want to go back and listen again, check out the Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690 podcast. Just search ESPN 690 in your podcast app.
I haven't made any secret about the fact I want it to be. I have 2 constituencies out there I need to convince of that. One is the 30 teams. And I think for the most part, they've supported it. Again, I understand the sentiment. If I were a team with the 7 seed, in particular, the notion after a long season, you could potentially get, play out of the playoffs. I understand those feelings. And I think at the same time, the teams recognize the amount of additional interest we created over the last month of the season, plus those playing games, make it worth it. And of course, the other constituency is the players. For example, one player said to me yesterday that he really likes the play-in tournament, but he felt it could potentially be a bit unfair. We moved to a 72-game season this year because of the pandemic and somewhat condensed. So we had 10 fewer regular season games. I hardly heard a mention about it. It was sort of, we just went to 72 games. And I think that the way we dealt best with the resting, although we have some rules around it now, was the motivation for teams to care about being in the playoffs and their actual play-in position. That incentive is what made the biggest difference, I think, not the reduction of the 10 games.
That is Adam Silver, NBA Commissioner. Getting a little pushback on the play-in, but it's here to stay, no doubt. I mean, they're not sampling this for a couple of times without keeping this thing around, especially if State Farm's going to sponsor it. It is an interesting thing. I honestly forgot until he said that about 82 to 72.
Well, and you know what's weird is they brought it up in the first play-in game where the stats for this aren't going to count towards regular season or towards playoff stats. So it's kind of this weird in between.
Yeah,
it's
like the triple-double the other night didn't count.
Right.
Playoffs.
So it's kind of a weird spot. Honestly, I think they should just go put them in with the playoff stats. But then again, you go back to like people with the record books. It's like, okay, well now, if say for somehow the 8th seed goes all the way and wins the whole thing, they get an extra game in there. There's some stats it could.
I just don't see how one game will factor that one or even 2 games.
Exactly,
Right.
because how fair is it? Like if you want to take playoff stats, well, some games go 4. Some series go 4 games,
Exactly.
some series go 7 games. So how is that fair?
You see the stat games played, so
Yeah.
you can always do an average. I mean, I don't understand why they wouldn't count those. Like if you're gonna do it, do it.
And they did that. They did the same thing with the play-in tournament in the bubble. Where they were like, these stats aren't going to count towards that. I think it might have been John Morant had some crazy stat line. They're
I'm
like,
sure he
well, it's
did.
just not going to go towards anything.
Here's the thing:
I'm
if
sure
they
he did.
this is what they'll do. If they figure out that they're going to do this all the time, they'll count the stats and they'll retroactively maybe even put
Probably.
these in.
Maybe,
But
yeah.
the problem is they don't want it to be a 2-year blip or a 3-year thing and be like, well, where did those things come from? Because it didn't become a constant. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where it ends up. Hey, Brooks Koepka now tied for the lead as well with Louis Oosthuizen, both 6 under par. So looking for a good PGA Championship weekend. You can watch it on CBS 47. Don't forget Action Sports Jax primetime, by the way. 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47 tomorrow and Sunday night. We also have our ESPN690.com. 2 things to tell you about. 3. You can listen to the show on ESPN690.com. You can also vote for our Athlete of the Week nominees, brought to you by Honda The Avenues on ESPN690.com for the next few days. And you can also purchase the Dream 18 card, which is now the lowest it's ever been, $45 for the card. That is a steal, folks, with Father's Day just around the corner. Trying to get them in your hands before supplies run out. $45. Discounted golf, free stuff, and a gift for dad or you. Quite frankly. So check it out, ESPN690.com.
Also, SmackDown's on
tonight.
Fox.
On Fox. Thanks for helping out.
some wrestling.
SmackDown tonight.
Yeah.
Fox 30.
Yep. And we got AEW Double Nothing pay-per-view next weekend. It's Saturday.
Yes.
Going to be joined by John Moxley on Monday. I'm doing an interview with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We're going to play that in the show at all? Or?
We'll see.
Definitely on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, definitely on the YouTube
Action
channel.
Sports Jax on
I'll see
ESPN
if
690.
I'll see if I feel like sharing that
close,
interview.
Close to a couple thousand subscribers.
We're close.
On YouTube.
Yeah, we're over
2,000?
We're over 2,000.
We're
right?
over 2 now.
So now we're making money, right?
If not, we're close. No.
What do we need? A couple 100,000 more?
Well, I don't think we can turn that on because then I think the company is going to get upset with us.
Oh.
What company?
The one we work for.
We can't make money off it? You hearing this, Brent?
Yeah, we need to go independent.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Worked for Levitard and Stugatz. They're making like $50 million.
They're killing it. So you're saying we can't make any money off YouTube because of the company?
I'm saying that
the company makes some money, then it makes us look good.
And by the way, it's Friday, so no one's listening from the company.
I'm sure the company would look at it weird if we turned that on because it has to go to like a PayPal account. So
I'll gladly put my banking information in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an inconvenience for us.
Want my Venmo?
Sure,
This is 2021.
No,
it's not
but
that
I'm
hard.
saying is
You
that
want
the company.
Ethereum?
I'm going to say that
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin.
Not right now, maybe.
Yeah, not right
Yeah,
now.
don't pay us in Bitcoin right now.
Or maybe.
Yeah.
Buy low.
But buy those dips. Buy those dips.
Hey, if you, what did you miss? Going to a concert or going to a sporting event? Full crowd. If the first thing you're running to, man, to buy a ticket for a game,
Yeah.
that you know is going to be sold out and loud and proud and all the feels.
Yeah.
Or a concert.
By
the way, you can't make up the concert. Like if you want somebody to
Festival?
go on a tour and they're not touring, like I could go to an Eric Church concert in this because he's now playing 55 different things.
Well, you're going to Zach Brown Band.
Brown Band. I don't know if I'm going to actually go about tickets, but it's on a Friday night, high school football season. But good point.
Oh, you can make it happen.
I could go to, I don't know what, Fenway Park is opening up at the end of the month, I think I saw.
Busch Stadium's at max capacity tonight because they're playing the Cubs.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, so they said
So
max capacity tonight.
Yeah,
tonight.
So anyway, what would you pick?
I got it. Can I say festival or not? Music festival?
Yeah, I think that counts.
Yeah, so I'm going to music festival all day, Brent.
You're a festival guy now.
The whole family. Well, my wife and I. My son's a little too young for that scene yet. But no, I'm going festival all day. Music festival.
Goose?
Did you see the Rockville lineup?
Goose, you watching Embiid and the Sixers in the NBA Finals, or are you watching like Jimmy Buffett?
Choose your next words wisely, please.
Yes. Honestly, I would.
Justin Bieber?
Don't say Jimmy Buffett.
No,
though,
no, no.
please.
If
Okay,
you're
thank
telling me the 76ers in the finals, then of course I'm taking that.
76ers or Ed Sheeran?
76ers just a regular game or
Regular game.
Yes. Embiid's maybe
There's
win
a
the
lot of
Ed
MVP.
Sheeran.
There's a lot of those. Ed's only coming through once in a while. You know what I'm saying?
You got to couch everything, man. Tell you, like, the first thing you want to go see, you want the vibe again. You want Embiid going for 50 and you want to be there to see it, or you just want to sing at the top of your lungs an Ed Sheeran song?
Yep.
I want to be at the 76ers game.
Oh, so he changed his mind.
Change his mind.
If that's the parameters, like did I
so many parameters, though, huh?
How many fences can one guy paint in his first week of being 30?
Did I potentially look up flights to see if I can go to New York to potentially see the Sixers-Knicks if they meet?
Well,
might have looked those up.
save it for the Milwaukee-Philly series, huh?
We should go.
Could you imagine if it's the Milwaukee-Philly series, the back and forth between me and Kuz?
That'd be outstanding.
I know, but the stupid Nets, though. Because you know the Nets are going to be good. Like
Nets are good.
Yeah.
Nets are going to be dumb good.
Yes. Next week we'll talk about Nets or the field. How about that?
And we're also going to talk about the phrase dumb good next week
Dumb
as
good.
well.
That's a thing.
I guess.
Hey, don't forget, you heard it here. Get your steak cooked in the air fryer over the weekend. You can still have a beer while it cooks for the 12 minutes. You don't need to stand next to the grill.
Enjoy your
there is
easy bake
something about
ovens.
Hope you have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you on TV, CBS 47 and Fox 30. For Coos and Austin Lane, I'm Brent Martineau. Have a good one.
There is a taste of the islands in every drop of Vida de Luis tequila, imported directly from Tequila, Mexico to Jacksonville Beach. Vida de Luis is the only locally owned tequila in Jax Beach. Support local and try Vida de Luis. Award-winning, smooth, all natural, no aldehydes or additives, which means wake up feeling good the next morning. Find out where you can pick up a bottle of Vida de Luis